absolutely. And I think Aiken is an interesting parallel because even though they're down a little bit this year, actually down a lot this year, they're still a team that has great tradition, that has great history, and unlike Aiken, it's not so far removed. But that's a team that people, they respect the name, and that they see it when they're playing him. Even though it's not a vintage Irmo team, they know they got to bring their best game, and that'll be the case for South Aiken tonight, that they're going to need to really execute at as high a level as they have all season to ensure themselves a chance to win.
Yeah, Irmo, we've heard about them and how good they are, and they have a huge tradition. South Aiken, not so much. From a standpoint, David Bennett last week, the head coach at River Bluff, made the comment after the game, said this is a team with some really good talent. Speaking of South Aiken, he said, but they've just got to learn how to win, and when they learn that, they'll be in good shape.
And that's one of the toughest things for a high school team to do. Irmo's experienced that a little bit this year, being 0-7, but South Aiken has struggled this way for the last couple of years here, and Jeremy West has just not been able to get them quite over the hump. Once they learn how to win, I think they do have some talent, and some of their talent is very young. They're only sophomores, and they're going to be around for 3 more years, and they could be a real force. But they do have to learn how to win. One of the things that I'm concerned about, I think they've got talented, skilled people, okay? The leading passer in the area, they've got some good receivers, they've got some speed, but evidently they have just not been able to get their running game off the blocks or out of the blocks this year, and they need to do that if they're going to be competitive against some of these big 4A teams.
Yeah, and defense, again, has let them down at times, too.
Yeah,
when the offense works, it seems like the defense heads south, too. So.
Yeah, they give up some points, although I think tonight's a toss-up game, really. I think either team could win, and it's a chance for both teams to do some good things offensively. Neither defense has been spectacular.
And then that plays perfectly with what you're saying about get the running game going.
Yeah.
You can sort of limit the exposure the defense gets and try to keep them from being quite so vulnerable.
Sure.
Last time we were here, South Aiken came from behind and had a huge win over Strom Thurmond. We'll see if they can do that again. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look at some of the other games going on in the area on tonight's Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family-owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
You can smile.
I love to smile.
I was so pleased that I could get all of my dentistry work done in just one visit.
You can smile.
Painless. That's how I would describe it.
Here at the Center for Dentistry, it has been a wonderful experience. With the comprehensive nature of this one office, I can bring my family here and we can have it all done at one place.
You can smile.
Center for Dentistry, 1391 Silver Bluff Road, Aiken.
From our Looney Tunes Savings Club that teaches young people their first lessons about managing money to free financial counseling services for adults, Security Federal Bank grows with our customers and has a service to meet every need. Established right here in Aiken County in 1922, we continue to be your hometown bank. We always work to meet the changing needs of our customers. That's why we've become a company that can meet every need for financial services. From online banking, bill pay, mortgage products, trusts, and a full line of insurance products. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
What a crowd we have on hand tonight. And last, before kickoff, here comes the game ball. Set to be brought in from the sky by parachute. The crowd has spotted him as he comes in for a landing. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
From orthopedics to neurology, imaging to pain management, or even if a good idea just turns into an accident, CMI can help you play again. Learn more at cmi.md.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Don't forget to pick up a copy of the Aiken Standard tomorrow morning, which is Saturday for most of the people in the world, to check on all the area teams' results from Friday night. And then on Sunday, you're going to want to get an Aiken Standard, as game balls will be presented to all the area's top players. We hope to have at least 2 or 3 from tonight's game, this South Aiken group. On Monday, the Aiken Standard Power Rankings are released, and on Tuesday, the Wave Aiken Standard Player of the Week is named. And we're going to take a look at and congratulate last week's Wave Aiken Standard Player of the Week, Rashad Bird. And Rashad, I promise you, comes into this picture. James took some of the video that I took. I was the video expert taking these shots. I'll admit to that. There he is with Waves, Chris Boyer, and Rashad had a big week.
Oh, he absolutely did. Par for the course defensively, 18 tackles, 2 for loss, just sideline to sideline. But then to just add a little touch on the end, had that big touchdown catch that got them on the board and really got them going.
Yeah, that was a heck of a play. And not only was he the Wave Player of the Week, but he was also last week's Game of the Week Player of the Game, the Center for Dentistry MVP. And we congratulate him. He had a great week and deserving. That's the first time that we've had somebody win both of the awards. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of tonight's game, where we will be naming the Center for Dentistry MVP for tonight's matchup between South Aiken and Irmo. All right, we'll talk a little bit more about South Aiken and Irmo in a little while, but right now we want to take a look at all the other teams that are playing in the area, the games where we're not there. And we saw North Augusta last week, and White Knoll travels to North Augusta.
And this could be North Augusta's last great challenge. And maybe if they're feeling a little too good about themselves with a nice win last week, we saw what happened last year on homecoming, that they slipped up, and it's possible. White Knoll, they're a little different than what we're used to seeing, that they've abandoned that scrum to go more traditional pro-style offense, a little I formation. They have a kid who was a transfer from Wagner Sally, actually, who's been tremendous, Eton Brown, I believe his name, and he's closing in on 1,000 yards. So North Augusta's going to have their hands full, but we saw last week that they're very capable of shutting down the opposition's strength. So I like them. I like them in a close game, but I think that they'll find a way.
The thing that surprises me is White Knoll comes in on a 5-game winning streak, and at the beginning of the year, their first 2 losses were not very impressive. They got beat pretty soundly, but they're coming in on a high. They think they can compete with North Augusta, and I'll be honest, I think they can compete with them also only because North Augusta is still not as sharp as they need to be offensively. Defensively, I agree with you, Noah. They're very, very good. They're capable of shutting White Knoll down. I do expect them to win this ball game, but it might be closer than a lot of people think.
All right, Aiken is at Swansea. Swansea's got a pretty good unit, and Hornets will have their hands full.
Yeah, Coach mentioned a bad start. Swansea got off to a terrible start this year, 0-4. But the biggest byproduct of that is they're missing a couple of players off their team who are critical players, guys who are going to be playing on Saturdays next year. They got back a couple weeks ago. They went to Midland Valley last week and really caused them a lot of problems, got a win. They're on a roll right now. I think that they're going to be too much for Aiken as they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. They've moved Bryson Jones to running back a little bit to try to spark the offense. I just don't see Aiken being able to make enough of an impact to win this one.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. For this team to have beaten Midland Valley last week, that was a surprise to me because Midland is so strong, I think, offensively. And Aiken lost their good running back early in the year. They're still searching, trying to find something, but they haven't quite found it yet. A little too inconsistent for me, so I got to think they'll probably come up on the short end tonight.
Okay, Midland Valley travels to Brooklyn Casey. Now, Noah Fight picking this year's games is 45-10. Very good.
Thank you.
82%. You're making it. You picked tonight's score of the Midland Valley Brooklyn Casey game to be 56-0.
Well,
Midland Valley's the winner, by the way.
Yes. I'll preface this by saying that we just pick winners. We're not picking with spreads or anything. It's just for the fun of picking a winner. So whether I pick Midland Valley to win 3-2 or 56-0, it doesn't really matter. But I do think that Midland Valley gets back on track tonight. I think that there's some elements of things going on between the teams, between the coaching staffs, where they're not going to be sending each other Christmas cards, and I think that if either one of them has a chance to run it up a little bit, it'll happen.
Yeah, DC may send him a card when this is all said and done, depending on tonight. What do you think?
When I picked up the paper this morning and saw that, I looked for the Guinness Book of World Records for the biggest, favoritism in any game that's ever been done in football, and I think he's got to be close to the record. I do think Midland Valley's going to win this ball game. I don't think it's going to be 56-0. One of the things that impresses me is the common opponent and in Gilbert, and of course Midland Valley beat them, and so I think they'll win the ball game tonight.
Okay, Strom Thurmond's at Saluda. Strom Thurmond got back on track last week. They keep it going.
If they do, it portends good things for them for the rest of the year. If not, this is going to be the worst Strom year we've seen in a decade. I think they find a way to win it, even though they are without Dion Chin for the rest of the year. He tore his meniscus, so that limits them a little bit more.
And they have to go to Saluda, as I understand it, and I think that's going to hurt them. I am not sure that Stidham is 100% yet. I don't think Gilchrist has been 100% the entire year. They lose Chin, and that's a big loss. I think they're in a little trouble tonight, and I think this is another toss-up game, and I think Saluda may just pull this one out at home.
All right, Silver Bluff's at Edisto, and you think the Bluff's got a chance
I think
to
this
win.
is the night. They've shown us the last 3 weeks they've led. I think it's the last 4 weeks they've had a lead or been tied in the second half, and I think the last 3 weeks they've actually led in the fourth quarter and let it get away from them. I think tonight they're facing an opponent that has its own issues and won't be able to exploit any weaknesses, even though Silver Bluff isn't quite at full strength. I think that this is the night that they finally get off the schneid and get a win.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. Silver Bluff, I think, will come out. They'll be the team with one win after this evening's over with. I don't think I don't want to say there's not much doubt about it. There is a little doubt about it, but I think they're going to be good.
All right, Blackville Hildas at Williston Elko.
It's traditionally a good rivalry, region rivals as well as area rivals, but Williston is just a superior team this year, and I think that they'll roll.
Fox Creek's at Dixie.
Fox Creek, I think, has been on a little bit of a roll. Dixie's not bad. I think this is going to be a close ball game, but I'm going with Fox Creek tonight. I think they're going to win the ball game.
Rich Springs at St. Joseph's.
St. Joseph's seems to be a team that kind of it has its act together, knows what it's doing, how to execute. Rich Springs is still kind of figuring that part of the game out, even at this late stage. I think St. Joseph's wins.
All right, and Calhoun County is at Wagner Sally.
And unfortunately, Wagner's going to probably come out on the short end. Even though they're home tonight, I think Calhoun County will clearly be the better team out there tonight.
Okay, and that's a look at the games around the area. We'll take a break and come back and talk a little bit more about tonight's Gold's Gym Game of the Week between Irmo and South Aiken when we return in just a few.
Holly Tractor has been Aiken's place for farm equipment, implements, accessories, and supplies.
But did you know that Holly is your place for home yard equipment too? Riding and push mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and brands including Kubota, Husqvarna, and Stihl, equipment you can depend on. Come inside and see our expanded showroom. Holly is the exclusive dealer for Yeti coolers and now carry Generac generators. Holly Tractor, 1721 Richland Avenue East.
Sarah found me on the bathroom floor unconscious. I had a total blockage heart attack and an anoxic brain injury. Aiken Regional treated me with love and compassion and treated my family the same way. Thanks to them, we're living an awfully good life.
At Specs Vision Center, we are focused on total eye care. Be it our large selection of designer frames, latest in contact lenses, or our great sunglass collection, we have just what you're looking for. Our doctors offer years of experience and use the latest technology to ensure a comprehensive eye examination. Late afternoon and Saturday appointments are available, so if you want the best in eye care, call Specs today at 642-9902.
Most people think the Y is a gym, but to me, it's so much more. When I needed help, the Y gave my kids a scholarship to a safe place where they could grow, learn, and have fun. And when I was struggling with all kinds of health issues, they gave me the guidance and motivation to get well. The Y helps families create a better future and become so much more. So give, join, or volunteer at the Y.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Daikin, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Welcome back to the pregame show of tonight's Gold's Gym Game of the Week. South Aiken, the Thoroughbreds, playing host to the Yellow Jackets from Irmo. 2 weeks in a row, we have Yellow Jackets just from two different schools. North Augusta last week, Irmo this week. And again, I can't stress this enough, Irmo's got probably the nicest high school stadium, at least in the Midlands. I know there's some really nice ones that we haven't seen up in the
River
Greenville
Bluff,
area, and then there's the new ones that we haven't seen, like River Bluff or Brooklyn Casey's for that matter. They got a brand new one. Strom's is really nice, but Irmo's, it's like a small college, and it's always been that way at Irmo. It's a big school, a lot of tradition. Coach Hannah won like 9 titles or something to that effect.
Yeah, region titles, I think a state title too.
Yeah, so they've had
and just 2 years ago, I think they were, if not the state semifinals, I think, where they lost the eventual state champ. So they're not too far removed from it, even though their record in the regular season hasn't been great the past few years. They've done well. But this year, with I think they got a little bit of a late transition when Coach Hannah stepped down and Coach Kennedy came on board. He wanted to change some things, which is totally understandable for a coach to want to employ his system. But they just have not reacted well enough at this point.
Yeah, and from a standpoint, Coach Hannah retires, you got the new system and all. We've seen that at a bunch of schools. It's Strom Thurmond even, where you would think that they would be just working it all together in that situation. You've got the new coaches at Aiken. He's got second year, his full year. Yeah. It's tough.
But I think Aiken is a good parallel again because Coach Neal came on board pretty late. It was actually after the school year was over when he came on. And Coach Kennedy got just almost that late, so he's had to play catch up. But Coach, you could tell us full well there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, much more than X's and O's.
Oh yeah, there's more than just football. Okay, there's a whole lot of things going on. Okay, you want to break a little bit here for the national anthem?
All right, we got the national anthem coming up, so we'll take a break and we'll be right back to get ready for kickoff on tonight's Gold's Gym Game of the Week.
Pruitt Health is here to help. For more than 4 decades, Pruitt Health has partnered with healthcare professionals to deliver exceptional care to families across the Southeast. Since the beginning, our focus has always been on quality programs, quality services, and quality people. Looking forward to the future, we've developed an innovative model of care to provide comprehensive, streamlined solutions. Get well for life with Pruitt Health.
Unique Expressions in the Mitchell Shopping Center is a treasure chest of gifts for all occasions. The collegiate collection is second to none. South Carolina, Clemson, Georgia, ACC or SEC. Support your favorite school. From clothing to mailboxes to tailgating items, Unique Expressions has them all. Handbags by Spartina and the Vera Bradley collection, and a U.S. Post Office on site for your mailing convenience. Stop in today at Unique Expressions, 1521 Whiskey Road.
When you want to mix it up right, you need the tastiest choices around. And McDonald's Dollar Menu and More has always got your back. Feeling like a classic? Try the one and only McChicken, still just $1. Or you can always turn it up with the great tasting McDouble. Plus other delicious hits, all for a price you can't beat. Whatever your flavor, the Dollar Menu and More is just what you need to keep you moving. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
One evening we were sitting around the table, and my 4-year-old stood up in his chair, and he said, "Dad, I want to be just like you." And I thought, that's great, until he said, I want to be nice and big and fat. It was at that moment I realized I need to make a change.
I took the scales at over 208 pounds, and that was the point that I realized I really needed to make a change. In fact, we both really needed to make a change.
Together, we have lost 150 pounds, and our family has a healthy new future.
Fresh lines are out, the stands packed tight and the cheerleaders shout. The marching band blast out fight songs to sing. Yellow jackets and green hornets, let me hear you scream. T-Breds and Mustangs, rebels run the zone. Blue devils and bulldogs, we must protect this home. Foxes and Trojans and eagles showing pride. All the lights are on and we cannot be denied that Friday is the night we all become freaks, rocking with the high school game of the week.
You're looking live at the stomping grounds on the campus of South Aiken High School, where tonight the Thoroughbreds from South Aiken play host to the Irmo Yellow Jackets from up Columbia Way over by the lake. And they've made the trip down. They are 0-7 on the season, is Irmo. They're looking for their first win of the season. And South Aiken, with 2 wins, looking for their first conference win, as this is the second conference game for both of these teams as they get set for battle. Ed Gerardo, along with Ken Brace. Noah Fight has gone to the sidelines. He'll be checking in with the Holly Tractor sideline report here shortly. And Ken, we cut you sort of short, and what are some more thoughts about South Aiken's game tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got a couple of what I think are a little bit unusual thoughts. Number one, if you take a look, or as we get shots over across the field there, it does not look like Irmo has many people with him tonight, okay? And that makes a difference. You hear about the home field advantage. That could be a big plus for South Aiken tonight. They're going to be excited a little bit, okay? They're going to have some noise on their side. Irmo is going to be very quiet over there, and I think that makes a difference to a football team. The other thing that concerns me for South Aiken is that Irmo has played just a very, very difficult schedule so far coming into this ball game. They have played some of the best teams in the state. I think they've played at 3 or 4 teams that are ranked in the top 10 in the state. So they've had a tough schedule. They've been competitive, especially as the season has gone on, and they have some athletes. So I think South Aiken's got its hands full tonight, even though they're playing a team that's 0-7. The good news, and I've said this many times with you, Ed, winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. That's a Vince Lombardi quote, and Irmo's got that losing habit this year for the first time in a long while, and it's tough to get over that.
And on the South Aiken part, they've got a little taste of winning on their side. Last time we were here for the game of the week, they came from behind, scored 2 touchdowns, 14 points in the fourth quarter, and won that by 3 points over Strom Thurmond. And that was a big win. They've got another win to their credit. So 2 wins on the season. They beat Glen Hills as well. So they feel good about that. The marching band is here. That's an advantage. They weren't here for that Strom Thurmond game. So they're out ready to support the team. A good crowd on hand. And as Coach pointed out, not a whole lot over there on the visitors' side as of yet. The night is still young. It's a beautiful night here on South Aiken's side. The sun is set, and it's nice red skies at night, sailor's delight kind of evening, as it's just beautiful off to the west here at the stadium. Don't forget the ultimate tailgate. You can get all your ultimate tailgate needs at Unique Expressions in the Mitchell Shopping Center on Whiskey Road. They've got everything that you need to tailgate right, whether it's high school, whether it's college, or whether it's the professionals. They've got something for everybody at Unique Expressions, again, in the Mitchell Shopping Center on Whiskey Road. Go by and see them. They're our ultimate tailgate sponsor. All right, the captains are meeting at midfield, and Coach, you got the captains for us?
I do have the captains. All right, and let's take the visitors from Irmo first. And let's see here what they decided. South Aiken won the toss. And they will receive, okay? The captains tonight for the visiting Irmo Yellow Jackets. Number 6, Jalen Tharp, okay? And number 14, split end Manny Banks, one of their leading receivers. Number 45 is Jalen Bell, defensive end, one of their best defensive players. And the final, Joseph Boyd, inside linebacker, number 50. And for the homestanding Thoroughbreds, okay, tonight the captains are number 7, Jeff McReynolds, safety. Last time we were here, he played a great game. Number 14, Chance Holbrooks, wide receiver and also a defensive back. Number 63 is Kyle Nera, one of their offensive linemen. He was injured a little earlier. They're glad to have him back tonight. And then number 66, the right tackle, Tiberius Simmons.
All right, those are our captains. South Aiken will be receiving the football, and Irmo will be defending the south goal here at the stopping grounds for tonight's game. Also want to thank McDonald's, our food sponsor, for feeding us before the game. Kenny chomped on some fries before.
I told you not to say that.
I don't think you ate a whole bunch of them.
No, I
did
didn't.
you?
I didn't eat that many. I had a couple.
No, but they were cold, and once they're cold, they're not bad for you at that point. It's when they're hot, and that's when they're good for you anyway around. We want to thank Tom and Pam Powers for providing us with the food for the game. It was great and got us all cranked up for tonight. And the Thoroughbreds are coming out on the field. This is a little different. I've never seen them come march out and stand at the flag, but that is something different as they get through the band and get ready to come out on the field. A sandstorm plays in the background. And Irmo's already taken their place on the visitors' sidelines. So we're not far from the CMI kickoff.
And I want to see how they come through this banner. You might have picked up, there was a thing that went viral a couple of weeks ago where this Little League team of kids couldn't break the banner. And I don't think they're going to, there they go. They won't have a problem with it.
Not quite like that. But ESPN got a lot of mileage out of it.
Yes, they did.
All right, the T-Breds, under the direction of head coach Jeremy West, are out on the field. Again, South Aiken not lacking for talent. They also pretty big.
You know, they've got a good football team, it looks to me, and they just have had some injuries, inconsistency, particularly up front in the trenches. So they're a little bit healthy tonight, and let's hope that they play a good football game. I expect that they will.
All right, the Irmo kicker will be Georgie Hrastova. I bet he's a soccer player.
Yeah, I bet he had some soccer in his background. Many of them do.
Harold Hilton is deep to receive, as is Sojourn Gartrell. I meant to ask him if they had a nickname for Sojourn, like Sojourn. Let's see, now whistle blows. That was going to be on the 1 yard line, but they blew the whistle, so I would guess that that's going to be offsides on the kicking team.
That's what they're calling.
So they'll back them up 5 yards to the 35-yard line, and they'll try it again. Again, Harold Hilton, number 22, sophomore on this football team. He is the youngest brother of Troy Williamson, who, of course, is very famous down in the Silver Bluff area. He's an outstanding football player for Silver Bluff. They won the state championship while he was there. And he went to the University of South Carolina, played wide receiver for Lou Holtz, then was drafted in the first round by the Minnesota Vikings, played for the Vikings and the Jaguars, and now has a business here in Aiken. That kick goes out of bounds. And if Gartrell didn't touch it, that'll come all the way out to the 50-yard line. The flag was thrown. So unless they decide to kick it again, but I think Coach West decided from now on he would take the penalty and have it spotted out at, in this case, it'd be the 40-yard line because they already had a 5-yard penalty. Usually it's a 35. They were offsides. They kicked again, kicked it out of bounds. So South Aiken will take over at the 40-yard line.
And that's great position to start.
Bowen Smith, the quarterback. He'll run the team. Tansy Richardson is the tailback directly behind him. He'll run a pistol formation. They've got 2 wide receivers split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Here comes Richardson. He makes a man miss, dives forward. He'll pick up a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
And, you know, we've seen South Aiken a couple times this year. They have not been very successful running the football, but what they can do, and I think they've got to do it again tonight, they've got to get the ball in the hands of their skilled people out in space. And that could be a handoff, but it could also be just a short pass, screen pass. Some way they've got to get them out there because they have some talent.
Now there's a handoff to Richardson. Ran a little option-looking play out with Harold Hilton following him, but he on the read, gave it to Richardson. Richardson picked up 2 yards, brings up 3rd down and 7. They'll say he made 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and a long 6. As they're at the 43.5-yard line. Back to pass. Tipped.
Whoa.
And Hilton turned around. Looked like he might have a shot at that, but he couldn't come up with it. And 3 and out go the Thoroughbreds as it brings up a punting situation.
Yeah, and Hilton almost had a chance to get the tip drill in his favor that time. Didn't see the ball, got turned around. Bowen Smith has been a real surprise to a number of people this year. He's been very efficient as a quarterback throwing the football.
Owen Myers does the kicking, place kicking and punting. He kicks away. Deep is number 14, Manny Banks. But he doesn't receive it. That's actually received by Philip Barrett. Takes the fair catch. He is the free safety on defense.
And he is one of the players that Irmo is very high on. They just think Philip is quite a safety and obviously a special teams player.
So Irmo will start off at the 25-yard line. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Their quarterback is Anthony Jones. 2 backs side by side. Tried to hit a crossing route there and threw it a little low. Pass was intended for number 24, Jeffrey Tharp.
Walking down on the sideline before the ball game, Irmo certainly passes the eyeball test. They are big and physical looking up front. But they've been plagued by mistakes this year so far.
2nd down and 10. Keeps does the quarterback. He's hit right at the 25-yard line. Falls forward. I think they blew him dead. It'll be no gain. 3rd down and 10 coming up as Jones keeps on the read option.
And Reggie Kennedy did put in a read option type offense. His quarterback has been extremely successful running the ball.
So 2 split wide to the left. 1 comes in motion from the left from right. And that's complete, and South Aiken's ready for that. It was complete to number 14, Manny Banks. He picks up about 5 yards to the 30-yard line, and it'll bring up 4th down and 5, and the punting unit will be on the field.
Both defenses do a nice job in the first series, forcing punts. Let's see how the exchange goes. Jeff McReynolds, number 7, deep for the Thoroughbreds. One of their safeties, generally sure-handed.
Good snap. Short kick. Almost hit Harold Hilton. Fortunate that it took a good hop away from him. And to the 39-yard line. So the Thoroughbreds basically back where they started. They started at the 40-yard line after the opening kickoff. They're back at the 39 now.
So. they lost a yard on the exchange of punts.
So Bowen Smith will try to get started. Empty backfield. Got 3 split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Now he brings Richardson in motion back across. Now throws in the flat, and this is what Coach was talking about. Get him in the flat, get him in open space, and he does a good job. Picks up 10 yards and a first down.
And I love that. And I also loved the offensive left tackle picked up the corner blitz down here at the bottom of the screen, and that allowed Bowen Smith to get that pass off. Let's see if we can pick it up. I think that's McNutt. He just ran out of the screen there, but that was an outstanding play by the left tackle. And that's what I think they need to do. That's a nice play.
Hands off on the read. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, picks up a yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up as South Aiken finds himself at the 50-yard line.
And many of the teams that run a spread-type offense, the short pass is their running game, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Motion Bentley came across. Now Smith going to run, going to toss it out to Harold Hilton. Now he's got speed, gets to the corner, can't get past. Number 36 for Irmo is DJ Brunson. He made the tackle, but not before South Aiken makes it to the 26-yard line, 1st and 10.
And let's credit Bowen Smith with this one. He's rolling to his right, gets some pressure and is able to elude it. Makes a nice easy toss here, and Hilton does the rest.
Chandler Law Firm, 1st down. Here comes Richardson on the read. This time he picks up good yardage. Picks up 5 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
Everybody always talks about, using your running game to loosen up the passing game. It can work the other way, too, and I think we just saw an example of that.
2nd down 5. Thoroughbreds, after 3 and out on their opening drive, have something going here. Smith going to follow Richardson in the hole, gets a block, trips, stumbles, and gets to the 20-yard line, right at it. Pick up of a yard, bring up 3rd down and 4.
I was watching Owen Myers kick before the game here, pregame warm-up. He was kicking field goals from 45 yards without any problem. So they're already in field goal range. We know that. But I'm quite certain they'd rather have a 6-pointer.
3 split wide to the right. Steps back, looking for a screen pass. Makes a nice pump fake, gets the guy out of his shoes. Goes down, and he's fortunate it wasn't picked off. Nice move in the backfield to get himself some time and some room.
Did a nice job buying time, but kind of an ill-advised throw. That ball was much closer to the defender than it was the intended receiver.
So it brings up 4th down, and the field goal unit comes out on the field. Owen Meyer is the kicker. Ball will be spotted at the 27, so it'll bring up a 37-yard attempt. He has the leg to get it there. It's long enough. It is wide left, no good. So South Aiken threatens here in the 1st quarter on their 2nd possession of the game, but fall short of any points. And Irmo will take over at the 20-yard line. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10.
And on that field goal attempt, it looked like they were just a little out of sync there. It looked like it was a rush just a little bit to me. And sometimes people don't realize how important it is. The snap's got to be great. The hole's got to be great. The timing's got to be great. Just a little rushed, I believe. Pulled left.
All right, read option. Comes off the left side. Picks up 3 yards, 2nd down and 7.
Linebacker Ryan McNutt made that tackle. Last time we had South Aiken, their 2 linebackers were really very active, played good ball games.
Here's a
there's a nice tackle.
Nice play, Harold Hilton. Now that's actually going to be number 20. That's Noah Bentley. came up and made that tackle for South Aiken.
He really reacted well there, didn't he, Ed?
He really did. He got out there, got in front of him, and made a good stop. They lost a yard on the play. 3rd down and long 7. Josh back going to look down the left sideline. Has a man open, overshoots him. He was open.
Yes, he was.
Overthrew his receiver a little bit, and that'll bring up 4th down. South Aiken sends Irmo out. 3 and done again for the 2nd time in a row. Irmo only able to pick up 3 yards on this possession. They'll punt from the 23. And again, McReynolds deep to receive, stands at his 35-yard line. Good snap. Another short punt. It's going to take a hop, and McReynolds comes up and fields it. Now, if he can get to the edge, he's got some room to run. He's at the 30. He's got one man to beat. He turns inside 10, 5. Touchdown. T-Breds are on the board. A punt return of 65 yards. Jeff McReynolds gets the first hop and takes it to the house.
Yeah, and he did a really nice job with that. Could not field it in the air, and oftentimes in high school especially, you don't have punters that kick the ball far enough to set up a wall and get a neat return. So all he does is pick it up on the first bounce just like a baseball player and take it 65 yards for a score. Terrific. Great start for South Aiken.
All right, I do believe they're going to say that McReynolds stepped out of bounds. We'll have to take a look at the Specs Vision. Did you see that replay? And see if we can see it. But they say he stepped out at the 19-yard line.
Huh. Didn't look that close to me.
So South Aiken
in real time
doesn't get a break. Now we got a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 19. Rolls to his right. Smith throws. Has his man. Turns inside. Heads to the end zone. Wait for it. Touchdown. So the T-Breds get the board. The points taken off the board on the punt return. But on the first play, they go 19 yards for a touchdown. 6-0 South Aiken.
And that's a nice play. Well executed. And Bowen Smith looked very comfortable doing that. Nice reception. And 6-0.
So McReynolds on the punt return sets him up. The extra points up, and it's good. And our score is 5:22 left to go in the first quarter. South Aiken leads 7-0 over Irmo. We'll be right back.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Here's the Specs. Did you see that replay on the touchdown play?
Plenty of time. Nice reception, and that's a nice run after the catch.
Wozendub. Denaji.
And he's only a sophomore. I'm telling you, South Aiken has a lot of players that are skilled and young.
All right, we'll try to get a replay of the punt return as well after this kickoff, the CMI kickoff. Myers kicks it away. Nice high end over end. It's fumbled at the 1, picks it up. Now gets some room out over the 20 to 25, out to the 29-yard line. Irmo will take over. Chandler Law Firm 1st down. Let's take a look at that punt return.
And, of course, this is an outstanding effort, and it's a shame that it gets hauled back. Kid makes a nice play, but he's not going to get any credit for it. Yeah, he was close to the sideline there. I didn't realize he was that close the first time we saw it.
We'll take their word for it.
They probably got it right.
All's well that ends well. 7-0 South Aiken leads. Here's a pass in the flat. Caught and going to pick up about 11 yards, and a first down. Pass is complete to Jeffrey Tharp. So that's Irmo's first down of the game. They move it out to the 39-yard line, pickup of 10 yards. Chandler Law Firm first down. Here comes number 3 on the run. So very quickly, 2 long runs. This is Anthony Jones, the quarterback, on the keeper. And he picks up big yardage into Thoroughbred territory to the 35-yard line. That's a pickup of 26 yards.
And he made a nice read that time, made the correct decision, and there was a huge hole for him. Well executed.
Quick, going very quickly now. Another first down as this gets out to the 20-yard line, pickup of 15 yards. And Irmo, who went 3 and out on their first 2 possessions, 6 plays in a row with nothing. Now 3 plays in a row, first downs on every play.
And that was Manny Banks, and he is one of their leading players, no question about that.
Handoff. Tried to get off that right side, find a crease, couldn't find one. South Aiken smelled that one out.
And he really had a nice effort on that run.
I believe Caleb Stanford on the tackle. 3 yards on the game. Second down, 7. Another quick throw to the left side. Not going to pick up as many yards this time, but still positive yardage as it's inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. Irmo going very quickly now. Quarterback Jones hit hard, and I don't believe he made the first down.
That's another one of those situations where they need just 1 yard and they still stay 5-6 yards deep in the backfield. Looked like he made some yardage, but you could be right.
The officials
They're probably going to have to measure this.
As they stop the clock, I think they're going to bring the chains out and see for sure what the situation is. Chains come out. They stretch them in. Looks like he's just short. Referee holds his hand up above his head. Looks like about 6 inches. So less than a yard.
Now I'm curious to see what they'll do.
Big play here in the football game. South Aiken 7-0 lead. 3:46 left to go in the first quarter. But Irmo threatening here. They need a yard to get the first down. And as Coach pointed out, it looks like they're going to go to the shotgun. Nope. In behind his center. He needed about 6 inches, and I do believe he was able to get that.
And we've seen a lot of teams do that. Last week, Trib Reese did that a couple times and made good yardage.
So the ball spotted just inside the 10. It's a Chandler Law Firm 1st and goal. Irmo looking for their first points of the ball game.
They've had a nice little drive here. The first time they had the ball, or maybe the first 2 times they had the ball, didn't move it at all. This drive, they've mixed their plays well executed.
There's a little sweep to the outside. Going to be pushed out of bounds about the 6-yard line. But Ronnie Jamison fought hard to get the yardage that he did. So he gets 3. 2nd and goal from the 6. Three split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Jones gets a blocker in front of him now. Gets inside the 5 to the 3. Well, they'll say he's at the 4. So 3rd and goal from the 4.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw the ball to Manny Banks right now.
I think what you do here, Coach, you put the ball in your quarterback's hands. He's shown an ability to run. Run him out there to the left-hand side and give him the choice. Throw it or run it. He's got 4 yards to go. Rolls to his left, looks in the end zone, throws behind his man. Incomplete.
Good call, though. That's what he did.
So it's 4th down, and the field goal unit will come on. So South Aiken bends but doesn't break.
And even if they give up the field goal, they're going to be pretty happy.
Georgie Rostova, the kicker. The holder's quarterback, Jones. Snap is down and up and good.
Nice kick.
So Irmo's on the board with 2:43 left to go here in the first quarter. Our score, South Aiken 7, Irmo 3. We'll take a break on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12.
You can smile.
I love to smile.
I was so pleased that I could get all of my dentistry work done in just one visit.
You can smile.
Painless. That's how I would describe it.
Here at the Center for Dentistry, it has been a wonderful experience. With the comprehensive nature of this office, this one office, I can bring my family here and we can have it all done at one place.
You can smile.
Center for Dentistry, 1391 Silver Bluff Road, Aiken.
Stay tuned at the end of tonight's game where we'll name the Center for Dentistry MVP between South Aiken and Irmo. You want to stay around for the post game. All right, here's the kick. Gustava kicks it deep. Got a little bit of a hole there. Looked like if Richardson had hauled right through that hole in the middle.
He's fighting.
But he fights hard and gets out to the 27-yard line where South Aiken will put it in play. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
And Ed, this has the makings of a pretty good football game. Both teams seem to have settled down offensively, moved the football a little bit.
Being familiar with South Aiken, as much as I am, what you hope for is that you don't have the killer mistakes that we've seen South Aiken make at times. This is a little bit of hybrid Wildcat deal going on. Number 10 is Malik Lee. First time we've seen him, he's the transfer from up in Wardlaw, right?
That's correct. All right, and he's been playing mainly on defense. He's got some offensive touches during the course of the year, but that's the first time we've seen him in the Wildcat formation or whatever they call it.
Holding penalty on South Aiken's going to negate that run. I don't know what the discussion would be. You walk off 10 yards.
I think they're going to take the penalty for sure. That's a nice little wrinkle, though, to look at with South Aiken.
It puts the ball in the hand of one of your speed guys. 17-yard line takes the ball back to 1st and 20. Three split wide to the right, two to the left. One comes in motion, and that is Richardson. But Malik Lee with the ball keeps. He looked like he had a crease and was threatening to break that. As it is, he makes 10 of the yards back.
He sure did. Nice play. And I don't know for sure, but that looked like the read option. And if he's reading it, they've been working hard at practice.
So 10 yards, 2nd down and 10 coming up. And they'll stay with Malik Lee.
And they've got the quarterback, Bowen Smith, out of the wide receiver position, number 18.
Now here comes a reverse and a double reverse. And this is McReynolds. And he gets a block outside from Malik Lee. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 34-yard line, which will be short of a first down. But that was some razzle-dazzle.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've got the playbook open tonight, don't they? This is fun.
They've been working on some wrinkles here.
That's one of the things I love about high school football. Coaches in high school, they'll try this kind of stuff.
So the pickup was 7 yards, 3rd down and 3. Give Irmo credit. They were able to get out there and stop him, contain him from getting the first down.
They've got a little series here with Malik Lee in there. Now this is going to
be a pass. Oh, he faked it. That was going to be a flip back to Bowen Smith, and Bowen Smith was probably going to throw a pass. Though I think Irmo had it pretty well covered.
Well, there were 3 receivers deep, and I think you're exactly right. I think that was going to be a pass. So they've got a little series there put together, and that can bring some excitement. I kind of like it.
As it is, they pick up a yard, and it's 4th down and 2, so punting time. Myers comes on to punt. Barrett back deep to receive for Irmo. Good punt. Drives him back. Going to let it drop. Going to take a South Aiken hop. You want him to come over and touch it. Sure, his coach had a heart attack.
Now
downed at the 17-yard line.
They've got a lot of confidence in Philip Barrett. I understand that, but I'm sure the coach took a little bit of a deep breath over there when it looked like he might try to pick that up with 3 guys standing right next to him.
Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Let's go down to the sidelines for our first Holly Tractor sideline report. Noah Fight is on hand. What do you got, Noah?
Thank you, Ed. I got some scores from around the area. Didn't get the shutout. Brooklyn Casey leads Midland Valley 7-3. North Augusta leads White Knoll 7-3. Fox Creek ahead of Dixie 13-0. Aiken leading Swansea 7-6. And Strom Thurman leads Saluda 7-0.
All right, thank you, Noah. It's a shame you missed on that score. All right, Jameson has a carry. He's going to pick up about 17 yards, it appears, as he comes out to the 35. There is a flag. And let's see what the call is. Holding against Irmo downfield. So what that will be is a 10-yard walk-off. It'll remain 1st down, but I believe it'll be 1st and short that Irmo will gain yardage on the play. Now they've walked him back. The flag was well downfield, but they walked back and now have walked it all the way to the 16, so it's going to bring a loss of a yard. 1st down and 11.
Banks picked the flag up and was trying to hand it to the referee, but he was using that as the marker. I'm sure he wasn't trying to get a little advantage there.
Pass over the middle. Jeff McReynolds had a chance on maybe picking that off, as it was wide of the wide receiver. 2nd down and 11.
On that previous play, the completed pass that was then called back because of the penalty, Colby Campbell delivered quite a shot over the sideline over there. He really delivered a blow for South Aiken.
Empty backfield. 3 to the right. He's going to throw to the right. Throws it back, but he catches it on his knees at the 20-yard line. That'll bring up a short. That'll be a short gain, 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8. And I believe that will be our last play of the first quarter as the final seconds tick off. And indeed, that will be it. Had a good first quarter. South Aiken scores after a nice punt return on the first play to get on the board. Irmo followed with a nice drive, came up short, kicked a field goal, and that's our score. South Aiken 7, Irmo 3. We'll be back for the second quarter on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12.
From our Looney Tunes Savings Club that teaches young people their first lessons about managing money to free financial counseling services for adults, Security Federal Bank grows with our customers and has a service to meet every need. Established right here in Aiken County in 1922, we continue to be your hometown bank. We always work to meet the changing needs of our customers. That's why we've become a company that can meet every need for financial services. From online banking, bill pay, mortgage products, trusts, and a full line of insurance products. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
Security Federal Bank scoreboard shows South Aiken in the lead after one quarter, 7-3 over Irmo. In this conference matchup, both teams enter 0-1 in conference, looking for their first win of the season in conference. And the team that wins this actually has a leg up on perhaps making it to the playoffs.
You know, and I think both teams are improving as the season goes on. South Aiken has already won a couple of ball games, but Irmo doesn't look like an 0-7 team to me.
Jones takes the snap, rolls to his right, going to throw, got his man. Made a nice catch downfield. He makes the 34-yard line, and that'll be good for a Chandler Law Firm first down for Irmo.
And once again, that is Manny Banks. And I'm telling you, just early in this ball game, he looks like one of the better receivers we've seen all year, anywhere.
They mark him at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Now a straight keeper by Jones. He may pick up 1 yard.
Yeah, there was certainly no read on that play. That's just a quarterback keeper all the way, using him as a wildcat back or a tailback, whatever you want to call it, and following his lead blocker. Didn't pick up very much there.
Said he made it to the 38, 3 yards, 2nd down and 7. Gets that one off the ground, throws it out quick, missed tackle. Now a man in the clear, going to be tackled inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. And Irmo picks up big yardage and into Thoroughbred territory.
And that is Banks again, and he was tackled by Malik Lee.
There's Jamison. Actually, Jamison able to get a yard. 2nd down and 9.
Stanford and Clemens in on that tackle. Caleb Stanford, number 64, and Rasul Clemens.
.33-yard line. Early here in the 2nd quarter. Now Jamison hurdles a player. Goes out of bounds around the 30-yard line. He'll pick up a 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
And I believe that was Clemens nearly got a hand on that pass. He goes about 6'5". That's a hard target to throw it over.
Now Jones going to take it on the student body right, and he's tackled before he could get that going. Rasul Clemens got outside and made the tackle. Pickup was 3 yards.
Another big 4th down play.
4th and 2. Irmo gets up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap, throws to his right. Caught. And again, number
Banks.
14, Banks, making the catch. All the way to the 19-yard line. So Irmo certainly starting to get the rhythm that they were missing at the beginning of the game. Chandler Law Firm first down. Jones keeps, gets hit a couple times, spins to the 15, picks up 4, 2nd down and 6.
Both Jamison and Jones, the quarterback and the running back for Irmo, look pretty impressive. They're pretty tough kids.
Give him 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. Three split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff, Jamison goes to his right. Gets outside, dives forward. Looks like he's inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. It'll bring up Chandler Law Firm 1st and goal. And this is where South Aiken stopped Irmo on their field goal drive.
And
now
the referee
we've got
took a
the referee getting a timeout. Official down. Must have been the umpire.
I'm surprised we don't see more of that. You know, there's so much going on out there. And a couple of the officials are not exactly spring chickens.
And so I met them as they were getting out of their car, as I pulled up, and he said they were not going to make any mistakes tonight, and the police point that out. Our first Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout on the field for an injury is an official. The umpire got hurt. Umpire is behind the defense. And those are the ones that you normally see getting run over.
Those are the guys that take it most, that's for sure. There's a lot going on around them. Sometimes they just can't avoid it.
All right, we're going to take a Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout. We'll be right back.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
What a crowd we have on hand tonight. And last, before kickoff, here comes the game ball. Set to be brought in from the sky by parachute. The crowd has spotted him as he comes in for a landing. Oh, that's got hurt.
From orthopedics to neurology, imaging to pain management, or even if a good idea just turns into an accident, CMI can help you play again. Learn more at cmi.md.
2.5 years ago, we had our first child at Aiken Regional. When our second child was on the way, we knew we wanted to go back to women's life care. But this time it got complicated. At 25 weeks pregnant, I had to have my gallbladder removed. I would have been terrified, but Dr. Minto and the staff were so caring. When you trust your hospital this much, there's really no reason to go anywhere else. I should know. I was born there too.
All right, there you see the cheerleaders taking a knee as they do when there's an injured player on the field, and they do it the same way for officials, apparently, Coach.
Yeah, and it looks like to me that I saw him fooling with his glasses. When he got knocked down, I believe his glasses may have cut him. It looks like they're bandaging either his nose or right below his eye. And we were talking during the break. A lot of times they'll bring an extra official to college games and pro games. They don't always do that at the high school games. Sometimes they do, just in case something happens.
You're exactly right. That's what that was. Good call.
Yeah. I can empathize with that a little bit.
All right, looks like they're good.
Ready to go.
Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout. Report is good. The umpire is back in the game.
Umpires are tough, too. Referees are tough, not just the kids.
They will not have to take him to Aiken Regional Medical Center. Actually, that was the back judge, as the umpire is still in the middle of the field. All right, touchdown. They signaled on the right side. There's Irmo. Irmo doesn't waste much time.
No, they're quick. And those last two plays, they were running a outside zone or a stretch play, and it was very effective both times. Good runs. One by the running back, one by the quarterback, takes them into the end zone. Like I say, they don't look like an 0-7 team to me. They look pretty good.
So after South Aiken got the first touchdown and led 7-0, Irmo's got 9 points unanswered on the board, and will look for the 10th one for the extra point.
We've seen Myers. We know he's a good kicker. That's no surprise. But this young man also can kick the ball. Aristo.
I think it's Aristova.
Aristova.
There's a snap and the kick. It's way up there and good. So the kick is good, and just like that, Irmo, with 9 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, takes the lead 10-7 over South Aiken. And South Aiken, as good as they looked there in the opening, getting that touchdown, now Irmo has turned it around.
Yeah, well, I'm curious to see which offense South Aiken comes out with now. They've shown us two different series tonight. Both of them had some success. Okay, hopefully they'll get some decent field position.
All right, let's go to our specs. Did you see that replay and look at the touchdown again? It happened so fast. 5-yard touchdown. Jones keeps. Found the crease.
Nice blocking out on the corner by the running back. Well executed play.
He gets it into the Tyler Tire end zone and gives Irmo the lead, 10-7 over South Aiken. All right, here's Stova. Well, now kick away. Wind at his back. Kicks it well over Tansy Richardson's head. And that'll be an automatic touchback. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for South Aiken. Last time South Aiken had the ball, as Coach was alluding to, they ran sort of a special Wildcat type formation and ran some, well, they ran a double reverse, and they looked like they were going to run a pass with quarterback Smith out wide, but didn't come off. They go back to a more traditional offense now and run a power I, and that's the first time that we've seen number 26, Jeremy Hamilton, carry the ball.
And we have been used to calling Hamilton's name as an inside linebacker. Lined up at the tailback that time.
Gained 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Power I. And interesting that run another dive play. This one gains 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Tansy Richardson comes back into the game. Bentley, Howard Hilton, all back out there.
And this is the personnel we've been used to seeing so far this year. We've seen a couple other wrinkles.
Snap back. Going to throw it quickly. Almost intercepted. Number 7 for Irmo, Roderick Gladson, came up. Really, the play there that looked open to me was Richardson in the flat. If he just flipped it over to him, let him run. As it is, it goes incomplete, 4th and 5. Myers to kick again. Banks and Barrett deep to receive.
Good
Another
punt.
good punt. And Banks lets it go. He follows it, but doesn't touch it. And it rolls inside the 15. We'll say it's spotted at the 15. And that's where the Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Ball will be spotted for Irmo.
That's an outstanding kick by Myers. And Banks, both Banks and Barrett have been a little dangerous back there. They stand around where that ball's still moving. If it hits them, it could be recovered by South Aiken, and their coaches, I guarantee, will not be happy about that.
It ended up being a 51-yard punt. It was against the wind. That's pretty impressive. Oh, excuse me, that was 60 yards with the roll. Now.
That's quite a defensive play that time.
That's Jeremy Hamilton.
Yes, it is. He got a little taste of offense, but now he's back where he's really comfortable, and that's a great play.
So a loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11. So South Aiken early, as we take a look at the replay and see Hamilton charge through, make a good tackle.
Ronnie Jamison had no chance.
Here's a throw out into the flat. Going to come back, reverse field, get a block from his quarterback. And they're able to stop him. He gets to the 15, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, picks up a yard. A lot of running to pick up 1 yard.
That was a pretty exciting little run.
3rd down and 10. Two split wide to the left, two to the right. Drops back, going to throw to his right. Man over the middle. Nice. Intercepted. South Aiken bringing it back. And this is Malik Lee down to the 11-yard line. I thought that perhaps number 24, Jeremy Tharp, was going to make a great catch, but it actually sailed over his head, and Malik Lee was there for the interception.
Yeah, originally it did look like it was going to be complete. Let's take a look at it on the replay. Malik Lee comes up with a big intercept. Yeah, that shoot clearly thrown too high, and that's what they say. You throw it high in the middle, and you're in trouble. And Lee makes him pay. Nice return on that interception.
Another one of those defensive players who's played a little offense tonight. Makes a big defensive play. Now South Aiken's in business. Fakes the handoff, play action, pass and hit hard. Yeah, that was Holbrook that was intended. And he was hit hard, breaking up the pass, incomplete, 2nd down.
And that was Roderick Ladson. And let's take a look at this. That in the pros, I think he'd have been called for that. And if they could see in the replay, that's a helmet to helmet. I don't think that's the kind of tackle we want to see. I know.
We'll have to go back and look at that. I don't know that it was that.
Well, I don't know. That looked a little dangerous to me. That's all I'll say.
Like he hit him with his hands. He's a good bit bigger than Holbrooks, I think. Anyway, back to the action. Throwing for the end zone. He's got a man out there, overshoots him in the corner of the end zone. Wosendove was open for a second. Smith couldn't drop it in there. So 3rd and 10. And how important is it? You've got the field goal opportunity. This is certainly within Myers' range.
No question about that.
You'd like to score a touchdown when you get it this deep after a turnover. Let's see what they come back with. Everybody's up tight for Irmo. Now they back off into the end zone with some little bit of safety look. Yeah, throwing for that corner and out of the end zone, looking for Holbrooks. And incomplete. Actually, he was covered from the standpoint if he throws a pass where his receiver could catch it, probably could have been intercepted as well.
Or at least knocked down. It was well defended. Looking for the corner of the end zone a couple times. Couldn't connect with either receiver.
Ball will be held at the 18. It's a 28-yard field goal. It's up, and it is good. So Myers hits this one. He missed one early in the first quarter, makes the second one, and we are tied at 10, South Aiken Irmo on the Security Federal Bank scoreboard. We're all tied here on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12.
Since 1948, Holly Tractor has been Aiken's place for farm equipment, implements, accessories, and supplies.
But did you know that Holly is your place for home yard equipment too? Riding and push mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and brands including Kubota, Husqvarna, and Stihl, equipment you can depend on. Come inside and see our expanded showroom. Holly is the exclusive dealer for Yeti coolers and now carry Generac generators. Holly Tractor, 1721 Richland Avenue East.
Go to the kickoff.
Gold's Gym Game of the Week. South Aiken and Irmo are tied at 10. 5:59 left to go in the second quarter. Here's Myers' kick. Sails it into the end zone. Automatic touchback. Ball comes out to the 20. And we'll go down to the sidelines for a Holly Tractor sideline report with Noah Fight. Noah, what you have?
I got some score updates for you, Ed. Looks like Irmo's here. Fox Creek has gone ahead of Dixie 19-6. Swansea has pulled ahead of Aiken. They lead 19-7. North Augusta leads White Knoll 10-3. And Midland Valley is all tied up with Brooklyn Casey 10-10.
Very good. Thank you for that Holly Tractor sideline report. Noah will be checking with us again at halftime. Here's Irmo back in business from the 20. Jamison turns the corner. He's run out of bounds by Noah Bentley as they hit hard at the 25. 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5.
And Irmo's having most success when they get to the outside. Off tackle, outside, been better than straight up the middle. They've also thrown the ball very well. Manny Banks, their key receiver.
2 backs in the backfield with Jones under pressure. He gets away. And there comes a flag flying up, and that'll be interesting to see what that call is, because that may even be a face mask. I'm not sure.
I had the same thought. It could be.
Let's see what the referee calls. The ball's all the way out to the 29-yard line. Face mask against South Aiken. That is the call. I think he did. We'll see the replay, but he looks like he caught it and he let go, and that's one of the reasons he got away. That'll be a 15-yard. Actually, they'll call it a 5-yard face mask. Give him 5 more yards to the 34-yard line. Here's the replay. Grabs him right there.
Yeah, we could see it there clearly.
All right. So Chandler Law Firm first down at the 35-yard line. Jones rolls to his right under some pressure, gets it out there, caught, but it's going to be back to the original line of scrimmage, I do believe, for no gain. 2nd down and 10.
Boy, the cornerbacks for South Aiken are really reacting well to those short passes. Hilton came up that time, made good contact.
Had good pressure in the backfield on
Yes, they
Jones
did.
as well.
I think Rasul Clemens was among those that were putting the pressure on.
Straight drop back, pump fake, now screen and dropped. And again, he was under pressure, so he had to hurry his pass, and I believe that threw off their rhythm. 3rd down and 10.
Jamison will not want to see that one. He knows he probably should have had that.
So big 3rd down for Irmo against the South Aiken defense here. 5:06 left to play in the 2nd quarter. Rolls to his right. Throws. Hits his man. They're going to say he caught it, but he's about a yard short of the 1st down. And it'll bring up 4th and short. And I do believe the punting unit will come on for Irmo, that this would not be a place where you would go for it, though. The offense has stayed out there.
Yeah.
And they're lining him up. And he's going for it. Gets outside. He's hit, and there's a flag in the backfield, and that's going to be holding. Rasul Clemens was coming free. Now, did he get the 1st down is the question. You're going to have to look at that. If he didn't get the 1st down, it's going to be a 10-yard mark-off from the back in the backfield where the spot of the foul was. And
from where they have the yardstick held, it doesn't look like he made the 1st.
They'll have to check and see. If he didn't get the 1st down, it's South Aiken's ball right there. I think he's saying that it would be a 1st down. I don't think the yardstick has anything to do with it. I think they're just sort of hanging back. Yeah, they're going to say that he has the 1st down where the ball is. The ball is out at the yard marker. You can see the ball on the other side. So they'll take the penalty, which will be a 10-yard penalty.
That's a pretty gutsy call.
To the 28-yard line. And now the punting unit will come on. And Jeff McReynolds, who's already returned a punt for a semi-touchdown, they called it back because they said he stepped out of bounds. See what he can do here. Another short punt. Going to just let that bounce. May want to come up. The punter for Irmo is not too impressive. He doesn't kick it very far.
No, he doesn't.
And the ball's down at the 31-yard line. And that'll bring up 1st and 10. Chandler Law Firm, first down for South Aiken at the 31-yard line. 10-10 our score. 4:06 left to go. South Aiken broke on top. As we told you, a punt return took the ball inside the 20. First play, South Aiken scored on a pass. Wosendove took it in. Irmo answered with a field goal. Came back with a touchdown of their own. South Aiken had an interception and kicked a field goal, and we're tied at 10. And there's Bowen Smith on a keeper. Takes it from 9 yards. He'll bring up 2nd down and 1.
Very nice gain. Good run by Bowen Smith. Well executed play. Good fake, good ball handling. Nice gain.
South Aiken takes their time, looks to the sidelines, gets the call. Now another keeper, and this time Irmo is not fooled. And this going to be no gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1. So a big 3rd down play coming for South Aiken. 2nd and 1, they get nothing. And they need to reach the 41-yard line to pick up a 1st down. Ball is just over the 40-yard line, so it's actually less than a yard. Bring Richardson in motion. Now he's going to keep again. He's going to pick up the 1st down.
Oh, yes, he did.
And get up to the 45, pick up a 5 yards, and South Aiken has a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. So 3 carries in a row by the quarterback.
Moving the chains.
Four split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Going to come back to the right, throws it a little wide. Wosendove, but a flag comes out late, and roughing the passer is going to be the call. That's going to be a personal foul, 15 yards. That's going to push it into Yellow Jacket territory all the way to the 40-yard line after this 15-yard walk-off. South Aiken takes it. Will they take advantage of the penalty now? 2:19 left to go until halftime.
And that's one of those mistakes that Irmo has been making this year. Okay, no need for that. That ball was out of his hands very, very quickly. No need to hit the quarterback at all.
Richardson steps back. Going to pass. Comes over to, completes it. This is Holbrooks. Holbrooks goes over to 30 to the 28-yard line. Pick up of 12 yards and another Thoroughbred Chandler Law Firm 1st down.
And, you know, we've talked about Bowen Smith being the leading county passer this year, and he's got some nice receivers. I mean, he's got some options out there to throw it to.
Now, this is a good pass.
Yes, indeed. Nice protection that time. Good reception. And Holbrook, that's textbook. Look it in, turn upfield.
Empty backfield this time. 3 split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Gets the snap. Now throws a little late. Catch, it's going to be for positive yardage. That's Hilton. Actually, that's number 83.
John
Platt. Made the catch. First time we've called his name tonight.
And he did a good job coming back to the quarterback to receive that ball.
So a pickup of 3 yards. It's positive. 2nd down and 7. Pistol formation. Now a delay handoff. This is Tansy Richardson up the middle. Gets a little crease. Gets through the line into the linebackers down to the 19-yard line. It's going to be a yard short. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Like the play call. Well executed, and they're mixing their plays pretty well tonight. We've seen a lot of different things. The playbook must have gotten much bigger since the last time we saw them.
Certainly that. That was a little delayed draw. Now under center, quarterback sneak, and Bowen Smith lurches forward to the 17. Nice quarterback sneak, picks up plenty of yardage. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 as the Tyler Tire end zone's only 16 yards away for the Thoroughbreds. And they'll take a timeout. 44.9 seconds left to go until halftime. And we've got a Bragg Heating Company timeout, keeping you comfortable since 1970. We'll take a break and be right back.
At Specs Vision Center, we are focused on total eye care. Be it our large selection of designer frames, latest and contact lenses, or our great sunglass collection, we have just what you're looking for. Our doctors offer years of experience and use the latest technology to ensure a comprehensive eye examination. Late afternoon and Saturday appointments are available, so if you want the best in eye care, call Specs today at 642-9902.
A tick under 45 seconds left to go until halftime. We're all tied here at the Gold's Gym. Game of the week, Irmo 10, South Aiken 10 on the Security Federal Bank scoreboard. We've got a good one, Coach.
Yes, we do. Enjoyable game so far, and both teams interesting tonight. Doing some fun things.
1st and 10, drop back to pass, looks back to the left for the screen pass, going to keep now. He's surrounded. And Bowen Smith did the best he could with what he had. And clock continues to run. They may want to use one of their 2 timeouts.
That clock shouldn't be running while they're changing the ball.
2nd down and 11, loss of 1.
In about 10 seconds.
Rolls to his right. Now he hands off. Here comes Richardson. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 10-yard line to the 8, but he's short of a 1st down. Now they'll stop the clock. 12.6 seconds left until halftime, and that took quite a bit of time off the clock.
Well, they lost some time when they were waiting for the ball to be exchanged. I'm surprised they didn't get a timeout there.
As it is, it'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
And I think they've got one throw into the end zone and kick a field goal if they don't get it.
Well, they've got a timeout in their pocket. They could do something quick, try to get the 1st down, call a timeout, then throw it in the end zone, but you always take the chance.
You don't want to run out of time.
We saw Strom Thurmond on this field run out of time with that last play on the 1-yard line. And that ended the game. Been a nice drive here to end the second half by South Aiken. So South Aiken has talked about it on the Bragg Heating Company timeout. Straight drop back, going to look in the end zone. It's the fade. It's the little push in. It's intercepted. And they may be fortunate that he didn't try to return that. There weren't very many South Aiken players over here on the left side, but he went ahead. Maybe he stepped out of bounds. At any rate, it's an interception. So Irmo stops the South Aiken drive. And with 6.1 seconds left till halftime, you got to figure they'll take a knee and take the tie at halftime. And certainly Irmo's got to be glad about that.
Well, both teams have played well tonight. I'm impressed by both of them. But both teams have also missed some opportunities, okay? And they've had chances to put some more points on the board and come away empty, and that's a little frustrating for both of them, I'm sure.
And you do see the replay there that he caught the ball, got both feet in bounds, and then stepped out of bounds. So he couldn't have returned it, but he did get the interception. So they take a snap and a shotgun. That's interesting, too. And he takes a knee. Clock will run out, and we are at halftime. And we've got a good one here for the Gold's Gym Game of the Week. The Security Federal Bank scoreboard shows us a tie game at 10 between the Irmo Yellow Jackets visiting here at South Aiken, the Thoroughbreds. Sure that they'll go in and be disappointed that they didn't at least get the 3 points on the board.
I know they're disappointed they didn't get it. With the kicker that they have, that was almost a given at that point. Don't question the call. I mean, they're going for 6, and everybody in the world would have done the same thing.
All right, we're at halftime, and the South Aiken Marching Band is here to entertain us, so we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be entertained by the South Aiken High School Marching Band tonight here on the Stomping Grounds in the Gold's Gym. Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12.
One evening we were sitting around the table. My 4-year-old stood up in his chair and he said, "Dad, I want to be just like you." And I thought, that's great. Until he said, "I want to be nice and big and fat." It was at that moment I realized I need to make a change.
I tipped the scales at over 208 pounds, and that was the point that I realized I really needed to make a change. In fact, we both really needed to make a change.
Together, we have lost 150 pounds, and our family has a healthy new future.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
You can smile.
I love to smile.
I was so pleased that I could get all of my dentistry work done in just one visit.
You can smile.
Painless. That's how I would describe it.
Here at the Center for Dentistry, it has been a wonderful experience. With the comprehensive nature of this one office, I can bring my family here and we can have it all done at one place.
You can smile.
Center for Dentistry, 1391 Silver Bluff Road, Aiken.
From our Looney Tunes Savings Club that teaches young people their first lessons about managing money to free financial counseling services for adults, Security Federal Bank grows with our customers and has a service to meet every need. Established right here in Aiken County in 1922, we continue to be your hometown bank. We always work to meet the changing needs of our customers. That's why we've become a company that can meet every need for financial services. From online banking, bill pay, mortgage products, trusts, and a full line of insurance products. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
Welcome back. Halftime at South Aiken High School. We are tied at 10. We'll now be entertained by the South Aiken High School Marching Band.
James. Whenever y'all come back, I guess I got some scores and some stats.
They were kind of like our band in high school. One of my favorites was they said, "Here's the Bob Newhart theme," and they went out and spelled Bob, and they played Bob, and they turned around and they played it the other direction, and it said Bob. All right, the South Aiken High School Marching Band, they've been practicing.
They looked pretty good tonight, and they also had some guests here. I understand they had some of the 8th graders that'll be here next year, and they gave them, I think, a little reception before the game. I think that's good publicity, and if they saw that performance, I'm sure a lot of them can't wait to get into that.
I've been to a lot of halftime performances here at South Aiken. That may be the finest that I've seen. All right, we're at the half. Irmo and South Aiken are tied at 10 on the Security Federal Bank scoreboard. We'll take a break, come back, and get ready for the second half kickoff when we return on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12.
What a crowd we have on hand tonight. And last, before kickoff, here comes the game ball. Set to be brought in from the sky by parachute. The crowd has spotted him as he comes in for a landing. Oh, that's got hurt.
From orthopedics to neurology, imaging to pain management, or even if a good idea just turns into an accident, CMI can help you play again. Learn more at cmi.md.
Since 1948, Holly Tractor has been Aiken's place for farm equipment, implements, accessories, and supplies.
But did you know that Holly is your place for home yard equipment too? Riding and push mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and brands including Kubota, Husqvarna, and Stihl, equipment you can depend on. Come inside and see our expanded showroom. Holly is the exclusive dealer for Yeti coolers and now carry Generac generators. Holly Tractor, 1721 Richland Avenue East.
Sarah found me on the bathroom floor unconscious. I had a total blockage heart attack and an anoxic brain injury. Aiken Regional treated me with love and compassion and treated my family the same way. Thanks to them, we're living an awfully good life.
At Specs Vision Center, we are focused on total eye care. Be it our large selection of designer frames, latest in contact lenses, or our great sunglass collection, we have just what you're looking for. Our doctors offer years of experience and use the latest technology to ensure a comprehensive eye examination. Late afternoon and Saturday appointments are available, so if you want the best in eye care, call Specs today at 642-9902. Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Daikin, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Back at halftime, score Irmo 10, South Aiken 10 on the Security Federal Bank scoreboard. Here tonight on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week. And it's halftime, and that means it's time to go down to the sidelines for our Holly Tractor sideline report with Noah Fight. Noah,
you, Ed.
What's going on in the world?
Well, we've got some scores from other games at halftime around the area. North Augusta is tied with White Knoll. White Knoll scored late in the first half, and that's tied 10-10. Fox Creek leads Dixie, that's 19-6. Strom Thurmond looking good. They're ahead of Saluda 17-0. Midland Valley gave up a late touchdown to Brooklyn Casey, so that one's tied 17 all at the half. Wilson Elko is in control, but not quite as dominant as we might have expected. They lead Blackfield Hill to 14-0 at the half, and after Aiken came out and scored a touchdown on the first drive, they've pretty much left the building. They're trailing 26-7 now.
Not good news for the Fighting Green Hornets.
No.
All right, you're down there on the sidelines. What are your perspective of tonight's ball game between the Thoroughbreds and the Yellow Jackets?
Well, honestly, from what I saw, the most impressive drive in the half was when Irmo went with that hurry up. That South Aiken had gone down and taken that lead, and like we talked about before, that these are two teams with a little fragile psyche. So I wouldn't have been surprised to see Irmo just sort of hang their heads a little bit, but they came back and they ran that hurry up really well, and I think that kind of changed the game a little bit. South Aiken, to their credit, has bounced back and was really outplayed them with their defense. All the possessions save for that one, but just some missed opportunities there for South Aiken. Obviously, the missed field goal. It wasn't a chip shot, but it was a makeable try. And then the interception there in the back of the end zone at the end of the half, just not that play just doesn't seem to be working for South Aiken.
And you know, Noah, one of the things that's kind of interesting to me, we've got two teams that they look fairly similar. They're moving the ball a little bit, and both of them have put a touchdown on the board. But they've also got two kickers, and it wouldn't shock me if this game came down to a field goal attempt late.
Absolutely, I agree. And both of them have shown that they have a big leg, especially on a couple of those kickoffs. But it's just a matter of, what's their belly going to be like under that pressure, and say instead of the leg.
On the punt return where he stepped out of bounds, of course, South Aiken scored on the next play, so it really didn't matter. But from your angle, did he step out of bounds?
Actually, from my angle, he was coming right at me, and it looked like he might have towed the line actually a few yards back of where they spotted it. But where they actually spotted it, I thought he was back in bounds. He just was making a cut to let his blocker get reset, and I thought that he was probably out, but maybe a few yards back. But if they missed that one, they misspotted the other one.
Well, like I said, they scored the touchdown anyway, so it's not that bad or much of a deal one way or the other. Any last thoughts here before we?
Sure, I can give you a few stats from the first half.
Sure.
Bowen Smith was 5 of 12 for 69 yards and that one interception. His counterpart, Anthony Jones, he was 12 of 18 for 89 yards, but he also had that interception Malik Lee made. And the top target for Irmo, is not a surprise, is Manny Banks. He had nine of the catches for 73 yards, whereas Bowen spread it around to 5 different receivers, and the big one going to Najee Husendove for the 19-yard touchdown. Tansy Richardson, 6 carries, 22 yards, 1 catch, 10 yards. It's like we're waiting. They're trying to get him going, but didn't quite have enough sustained drives to really feed him the ball. Malik Lee out of the Wildcat had 2 carries for 11 yards, and Bowen actually had 6 carries for 18 yards, whereas Anthony Jones was Irmo's leading rusher, 10 carries, 43 yards.
All right. Very good. We appreciate it, Noah. We'll look to hear from you in the third quarter and another Holly Tractor Sideline Report.
I'll do it.
All right. Have a good second half. All right. The teams are back on the field. Irmo taking their place. South Aiken won the toss, elected to receive, so they will kick here to open the second half and will defend the south goal. Irmo sends Barrett deep to receive. For the CMI kickoff. CMI, hometown doctors, helping teams and you play again. Here's the CMI kickoff, and it is underway, end over end. Drives him back to the 1-yard line. Barrett's got a chance to return this. And he's tripped right at the 20-yard line. That was a good tackle by Holbrook. Chance Holbrooks makes the tackle.
And Holbrooks had a good ball game tonight. Been impressive defensively, offensively, made a nice catch. Special teams. He's one of those kids that rarely comes off the field.
All right, Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. As Jones leads him back out on the field. Drops straight back. Under pressure, gets it off a little screen pass. Got some room to run out there. Got one defender to beat, and he's tripped up as he was crossing the 40. Gets all the way down to the 38-yard line. Big play to open here for the Yellow Jackets.
And Clemens puts on pressure. They've got the answer for it. Looks like he might break it away, and Hilton just barely got a touch on his ankle and tripped him up. Malik Lee fell on top of him to make sure. Pretty impressive start for Irmo.
So 38-yard line, Chandler Law Firm 1st down. In T-Bred territory, going off the right side. Picks his way across, out of bounds, around the 30-yard line. Looks like he went out at the 31. 2nd down, 4. Pickup of 6 yards on that play.
And in the second quarter, they had some success running to their offensive right, the defensive left for South Aiken. came right back and started again.
There's a handoff. Tharp gets outside, crosses the 30, gets down to the 26-yard line. That'll be good for another Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Second first down of this drive.
Good effort by Tharp. They have him in the backfield for about a 4 or 5 yard loss, and he breaks the tackle.
Little misdirection, comes back, crosses the 20 to the 19-yard line. Be short of a first down, bring up 2nd and 2. And Irmo, looks like they had a good plan to come out here and open the second half.
They're ready. There's no question about that. And then they're getting the signal from the sideline. They hope everybody's on the same page.
Now going to bring it to the left. Now he keeps this Jones. He gets open in the back, and he's into the end zone, I do believe. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. So Irmo very quickly, with only a minute and a half off the clock, if that, takes the lead. 16-10, extra point coming.
And clearly the most impressive offensive drive we've seen all night from either team. Made it look very simple, mixed the plays well. And Jones had a terrific hole to run through that time, and he made the best of it.
$19-yard run by the quarterback Jones. Here's the extra point try. Kick is up, and it is good. And Irmo comes out with guns, both barrels blazing, takes the lead 17-10 over South Aiken. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Since 1948, Holly Tractor has been Aiken's place for farm equipment, implements, accessories, and supplies.
But did you know that Holly is your place for home yard equipment too? Riding and push mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and brands including Kubota, Husqvarna, and Stihl, equipment you can depend on. Come inside and see our expanded showroom. Holly is the exclusive dealer for Yeti coolers and now carry Generac generators. Holly Tractor, 1721 Richland Avenue East.
Irmo takes the opening kickoff and finishes it with this 19-yard keeper by their quarterback, Anthony Jones.
And that was a nice job of ball handling once again. Big play.
Here's the CMI kickoff. Drives him down to the 3-yard line. Gets out up to the 20, and Richardson out to the 28-yard line. Thoroughbreds will take over Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
And not a bad return. Good tackle on defense by Irmo. Decent field position to start their drive, and hopefully they'll be able to show the same kind of spunk that Irmo just did and move the football.
Irmo took the opening kickoff, and in a minute and 24 seconds was in the end zone for a touchdown. So South Aiken's first play of the second half, quick outside pass, trying to get Richardson out in open spaces, but he was out there by himself, and there was nothing but white jerseys.
That was well covered. If he had caught the ball, he wasn't going to gain very much.
Second down and 10. Three split wide to the left. Now here comes a running play on the read option. Richardson breaks a couple of tackles, but he is unable to get away. And being no gain, 3rd and 10. So it looked like South Aiken was going to try maybe a little play, just like Irmo pulled on them with the little screen pass. Worked for Irmo, didn't work for South Aiken, and now they face 3rd and long. Rolls to his left. Stops. He's under pressure. Gets away. Nice move.
Oh, my goodness.
Spinning around. Now throws it. That'll be intentional grounding. That won't. They got back to the line of scrimmage or right at it. But that was pretty much a desperation pass, and there was really nobody in the area. Intentional grounding will be the call. That'll be a spot foul. Back where he threw it from, they'll say the ball spotted there, lost it down. So 4th down and extraordinarily long.
And I'm not quite sure what was going on here. I think this was some sort of a special play.
I think he was going to be some screen pass.
And that's just a mental error there. We've played only 3 minutes in this second half, but it's clearly been Irmo's 3 minutes. Everything's gone their way, and nothing has gone South Aiken's way.
It's actually a spot foul and a 5-yard walk-off, which was half the distance to the goal line. So Myers rushed, gets it off quick, and Barrett's got a chance to return this. Makes a couple people miss, but he gets tackled.
Good coverage.
The 35-yard line.
And there were a couple of South Aiken Thoroughbreds that are not in good condition after that play.
We got a. That's Aiken Regional Medical Center injury timeout. That's Lee Gerardo. That's
and I know you're unhappy to see that. That's one of your blood relatives, and the snapper on the punt down on the coverage. And it looks like he's done something to his leg, I'm afraid.
He got tangled up and rolled up in all of that. Having coached him in basketball, he is susceptible to sprained ankles. All right, well, we've got an injury timeout on the field and an Aiken Regional Medical Center injury timeout. Well, they'll get him up and
that's
we'll
better.
Stay here. We'll go put some ice on him and he'll be just fine. Let me go talk to him like I did on the basketball bench. Get up and get back in the game.
Is your dad here tonight?
No.
Not here tonight.
Not here
okay.
tonight. He's watching on TV.
He might be on his way over now.
Holding, or I guess that was holding against Irmo.
On the return.
10-yard walk-off. Brings it back to the 46-yard line where Irmo takes over 1st and 10. They scored quickly to take the lead 17-10, and they find themselves in Thoroughbred territory even after the penalty. Now that's tipped up in the air.
And he's been close a couple times tonight, and that time Clemens got a hand on it. I don't know how tall Jones is, but he's not 6'5", I can assure you of that.
Sean Broadus got his big hand up and swatted that one. And that's South Aiken could use a big play like that. Intercept it and turn it around. Now he's under pressure again. Gets it off, and this is again Jamison trying to find open field. They do tackle him. He gets across the 40 to the 38.
That's the same play they used to start their last drive. Come right back to it.
Third down and 2.
It sounds like an instant replay, but he was lucky to get that over Clemens. Clemens had pressure coming again, and he was able to get that ball over his head to Jamison.
Looks like they brought Clemens in. He's playing that left side defensive end. It's been coming hard from over there. He gets up in there, he bats that.
Well, he's got 2 bats on that series. That's a pretty good defensive series.
So 4th and 2. Now Irmo's got a decision to make. Do you punt here with the 7-point lead and pin South Aiken back, or do you go for it? Looks like they're going to stay on the field and go for it.
That's his history that we've seen thus far tonight, and He's not afraid to do that. And, I mean, he comes in, he's 0-7. Why not play to win? And I think that's exactly what he's doing.
So Jamison goes to the sideline, so you want to look for Jones here to keep it. And he will. And he's hit. He's trying to spin away his fumble. Now you just need to tackle him. They do. Jones got the ball back, but he'll be knocked back to the 47-yard line where South Aiken will take over. 1st and 10, Chandler Law Firm. I believe that that's not a flag, but that's just a beanbag that they spotted the fumble. Let's see. They're going to discuss what it is. Well, there is a flag now that you look at it. And at any rate, they're going to actually spot it at the 49-yard line. And it's a 1st and 10. Chandler Law Firm 1st down.
And Irmo just answered my question. I said, why not? Well, this is why not. Okay, you can lose some yardage, and instead of pinning them back like you suggested, now South Aiken's got great field position already in Irmo territory. Chance to get right back into this ball game.
15-yard walk-off to the 39-yard line. Now, South Aiken has an interesting situation. Lee's still on the bench. He's their center. So a new center, so he comes up under center to Smith. And that's a fake. He's going for it all down the field. He's got a man. Holbrook's out there. Oh. And their flag does come out. That's got to be a face guard. That's going to be a 15-yard walk-off. That's actually a pretty good defensive play. Holbrook had a step on him, and he was able to knock it down. So they'll bring it back to the line of scrimmage and walk off 15, and they'll have another 1st down. That'll bring it down inside the 25 to the 24.
And I hope we get an instant replay on that because Bowen Smith did just a great job selling that. I mean, he was so casual back there, and then all of a sudden that ball's coming out toward the end zone. Okay, and our cameraman said, just whispered to me, we don't have a whole lot, but
there they follow the run rather than. Oh, there he threw it.
That's pretty casual, fellas.
All right, back to the pistol. Gets the snap, throws it out in the flat. And there's Holbrooks with the catch. Breaks a tackle. He's going to step out of bounds just short of a 1st down. He's inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line.
Nicely done. Nice reception, good pickup.
2nd down and 1.
From the look of things, Holbrook's ankle isn't that great right at the moment.
Quick handoff. No, he keeps. Now he's in the open. Fights inside the 5,
right.
all the way down to the 1-yard line. And that's going to bring another 1st down. Chandler Law Firm 1st and goal at the 1.5.
And another ankle looks like it's a little twisted. That would be the quarterback. That's not good news. Looks like it might be his foot.
He's up. He's limping around a little bit, but he's ready to go. And we got a power I formation. Turns hands off. Looks, picks his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Hansy Richardson. Put 6 on the board, and just like that, South Aiken, where Irmo had all the momentum, makes a pretty bad play there on 4th down, and South Aiken takes it in.
That may have turned the entire game around because they certainly did have the momentum. I don't fault him for going for it, but, sometimes it don't work out the way you want it to.
So the extra point try from Myers. Spot kick is up, and it's good. And South Aiken finds themselves back in this ball game, and we are tied at 17 on the 1-yard Richardson dive for the touchdown. 17-17, our score. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
All right, South Aiken gets the ball into the Tyler Tire end zone to tie this game at 17. Tansy Richardson on the 1-yard dive. All right, Myers to kick on the CMI kickoff. Going to kick a line drive up there short. Picked up, and now a big return out to the 40-yard line. And Tharp makes a nice return for Irmo, and Irmo gets good field position to start as he takes the ball right at the 40-yard line. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10.
Well, the momentum has swung back and forth a little bit here now. Let's see if Irmo can get it back again or whether South Aiken can come up with a big stop.
So Jones back to pass. Has a man, and he may be gone. One man to beat. He's got it. Touchdown, Irmo, 60 yards. And that is
Banks.
Banks got away, and Banks on a 60-yard touchdown reception. And just like that, Irmo back in front by 6 with the extra point coming.
And that is Banks' 10th reception tonight so far. Big night. He's a big-time receiver. Like him.
We may be in for a shootout for the rest of the game. Ristova with the kick is good. In our score, 24-17. Irmo leads over South Aiken. And there's 6:50 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and we've seen 3 touchdowns here in the 3rd.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking over on the far sideline. The cheerleaders over there for Irmo are very excited, but the fans are just sitting. They're not standing. They're not cheering very loud or anything like that. I think they're in a state of shock. This has been a long season for Irmo so far, and they may not be believing what they're seeing here. But they're playing very well. Now let's see if South Aiken can answer again. This is kind of a nice game to watch. Okay, going back and forth. Both teams doing some good things.
Well, Irmo scored their opening touchdown in 1 minute and 24 seconds. I think they broke that record on that one. I think that was more like 10 seconds.
10 seconds. What was it, 65 yards? Just looking at Banks, 60. He can run 65 yards in about 8 seconds.
He got behind them, and they were history. So here is Stova. Will kick off.
And he's a good kicker.
This is a line drive. It's going to hop, and nice catch by Richardson. He's got some room to run here. 25, 30, 35, all the way up to the 38-yard line before he's gang tackled.
Very nice.
So another good return. Irmo returned it out to the 40-yard line on the last kickoff to them. Now South Aiken all the way out to the 38-yard line. Make it a 37. Chandler Law Firm, 1st down.
And I'm looking on the sideline. I see your nephew Lee is still sitting on the bench, so he's got to have a little more than just a nick.
They taped his ankle. Got a little movement. So a 5-yard penalty coming up.
Irmo is clapping. That's got to go against South Aiken.
And Lee been the center. The new center is Kyle Niera, number 63, and he was the center on that touchdown from South Aiken. So he did a good job. They lose a little bit in size. As Niera's, well, we don't have a.
Well, he always starts at offensive guard, so he's just moved over one slot.
There's a quick pass slant over the middle, and it caught by Bentley. Eli Bentley makes the catch, and that moves him up just short of a first down. I think it's going to make it 2nd down and 1, pick up a 14 yards.
And this is well thrown.
Actually, they're going to give him 15 yards. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Man in motion is Harold Hilton. Now a quick pitch inside. That inside shuttle pass to Richardson. Irmo did a good job of stopping that.
Yeah, that was well defended. We've seen a couple teams use that recently again, and it goes in and out of vogue. I kind of like the play, but Irmo did an outstanding job that time, shutting it right down.
Well, that's just an inside option, and it's a pass, so if it falls incomplete, play stops. Lost a yard, though. 2nd down and 11. Irmo was coming hard, charging. Smith does a good job of getting through almost, but he tackled number 95. Martyrus Mack made the tackle to keep him from getting too far. Gained 2 yards, 3rd down and 9 coming up.
And we got to give credit to the secondary that time. Nobody open, or at least he couldn't find anyone to throw to.
Now that's interesting that the Irmo defensive linemen all stood up. Now, to me, the people moving was Irmo, not South Aiken. But they're going to call a legal procedure against South Aiken. That'd be an interesting replay to look at that.
I got to believe it has something to do with the center, okay? And, you know, he's just been in the ball game for a few plays. But when I see that happen, I got to believe that he may have done something with the football illegally.
Well, they all jumped up across
the line,
did. So that does make sense that perhaps that was.
It happens.
Some ball movement that made them jump.
Let's see if we can see how he handles that football this time.
The interesting thing was the Irmo players didn't fire off the ball. They just stood straight up, which they don't teach you that. Well, here's Harold Hilton. Harold Hilton trying to make the edge, gets to the 50, and he's tackled out of bounds. So the 5-yard walk-off, they returned that with about a 7-yard gain.
If we can get a replay on that one, I'd like to see that again.
4th down.
Last play.
Punting unit on the field for South Aiken. It's 4th and 6 yards. Myers has punted it very well tonight. Fair catch called for at the 15. Bobbled it, but right back to him. 16-yard line is where Irmo will put it in play as the Chandler Law Firm 1st down. Let's take a look at the specs. Did you see that replay that Coach wanted to see again?
And now watch the reaction of the defense. That, I thought, was just outstanding. They recognized that screen, all 4 of them, not just 1 or 2 of them, but all 4 of the defenders recognized the screen and broke down to react to the play. That's pretty good.
Well, interesting, they all kind of moved to their right, and the ball actually went back to their left, but they weren't too far gone that they couldn't.
No, they reacted, came back, and like I say, that's good coaching there at the high school level for them to respond in that way.
All right, here's Jamison. Jamison gets past the initial line of scrimmage, picks up about 5 or 6. So he's to the 23-yard line. We give him 7 yards, 2nd down and 3. 4 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Irmo leading by a touchdown. Another inside handoff. And that's number 6, Tharp. He's going to pick up enough for another Chandler Law Firm first down at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Irmo will try to keep this on the ground, run some clock.
Those were 2 pretty good running plays to start this drive.
Quarterback keeps on that read option. Gets good yardage. And pick up about 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Jamison looked like he had a step and he trips right at the 40-yard line. He'll be a yard short of the first down. 3rd and 1 coming up.
And I think you're exactly right. You could tell by his body language. He knew that he had the first down, but he just lost his footing a little bit. A little frustration.
Dive, heads to his left, gets outside, picks up big yardage out all the way to the 50-yard line. That's a pickup of 10 yards. Move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
And I like what they did there. They put a blocking back right up in front of the tailback. Nothing inside. When we ran that very play on my team, we used to call that a bounce. He had nothing inside, just bounced it to the outside. Pretty sharp run.
Tharp this time picks up 5 more to the 45. 2nd down and 5.
And, you know, coming in, one of the scouting reports that we had was that Irmo had some talented runners, more than one, although Jamison has been their go-to guy. But Tharp's certainly doing a nice job here, and the quarterback Jones is a real threat.
Well, they're definitely mixing it up.
Yeah, and I like their balance. I like what they can do. And you better have somebody out there on banks every play.
Here comes Jamison. Out steps now, he gets away, looks for a blocker now. He's running the wrong way, and he's going to lose big yardage as here comes Rasul.
Rasul Clemens.
That's going to be a big loss of 12 yards all the way back to the 38-yard line. And I'm sure Jamison will get to have a nice conversation on the sidelines with his coach about running.
Only 12 yards? I thought he might have lost 30 yards on that play.
If he made another little move and ran backwards a little further.
And, you know, we've seen that a couple times. Bowen Smith did something similar earlier in the ball game and lost on that pass play. And you know the kids are trying to make something happen, but doesn't always work out.
Well, he makes this move here, and you think, okay, he's got a chance. And that goes there. All right, back to the action. Going to throw downfield. Got his man down the field. If he kept running, I think he could have run right up underneath it. That was number 24. We've seen him a lot tonight, too. That's Jeffrey Tharp. He actually got 2 Tharps. Jalen Tharp's number 6. Jeffrey Tharp's number 24. He quit running and turned around, and the ball went over his head. 4th down.
Here's that loss of down, or the loss of yardage, I should say. He's all right there.
Yeah, I thought right there he was going to break around the edge.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
he's
in trouble.
The wrong way.
Everybody kept playing. Sometimes when it breaks down like that, somebody stops. None of those kids stopped. They were after it the whole time.
All right, punting unit on the field. Gets the punt off. Hadn't been spectacular tonight on the punts.
And I'm looking for a flag there. I thought there was some movement.
There was definitely movement, but no flags came
flags.
out. So with 39 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter, South Aiken will take the field trailing by a touchdown. 27-yard line, Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
PA announcer up here in the booth also thought there was some movement. He was looking for it. No call.
Now bouncing outside, Richardson looks for a block, turns it inside, keeps running hard, gets over to 30 to the 31-yard line.
That's a good effort.
Short gain. That'll get him 3 yards. That'll give him 4. Bring up 2nd down and 6. And that may be the last play of the third quarter. South Aiken will go to the line, though.
And slow coming off the pile is Barrett, and that's an important player. You don't want him nicked if you're on the Irmo side.
So they are going to throw it now. He throws it out to Richardson. Richardson steps inside as the alarm goes off. 43-yard line, and when we come back for the start of the fourth quarter, South Aiken will have a first down at the 43-yard line, trailing by 1 touchdown as our score at the end of 3. Irmo leads 24-17 over South Aiken. We'll be right back.
You can smile.
I love to smile.
I was so pleased that I could get all of my dentistry work done in just one visit.
You can smile.
Painless. That's how I would describe it.
Here at the Center for Dentistry, it has been a wonderful experience. With the comprehensive nature of this office, this one office, I can bring my family here and we can have it all done at one place.
You can smile.
Center for Dentistry, 1391 Silver Bluff Road, Aiken.
A look at Millbrook Baptist Church across the grounds from here at the stomping grounds. As they pull back, it's one of Aiken's landmarks, one of the newer landmarks, but nonetheless a great landmark here on the south side of Aiken. You can see that from just about anywhere you look from the south side. All right, let's go down to the sidelines. It's time for a Holly Tractor sideline report. Noah Fight.
Thank you, Ed. Some scores from around the area. Midland Valley is ahead of Brooklyn Casey 24-17. Swansea ahead of Aiken 33-7. Fox Creek ahead of Dixie 32-6. North Augusta and White Knoll are still tied 10-10. Josh Iakia came in for a series and plays to Trib Reese, who may have just been benched. Strom-Thurman leads Saluda 24-8. In that game, Tyree Stidham appeared to have been hurt and has not returned. And Wilson Elko still leading Blackville Hilda.
All right, thank you, Noah. Here's a pass out to Malik Lee with fresh legs. He makes a man miss, 2 men miss. He's across the 50 and down into Yellow Jacket territory, and here comes a late flag. That'll tack 15 more on at the 41-yard line.
And once again, that's just a dumb play. That's all I can say. Okay, should never have touched the kid like that. It's a touch foul, if you will, but unnecessary, and the officials called it. And that's the kind of thing that you can't afford to do.
Dumb play on defense, but offensively, you got to like to call.
Oh, yeah.
Getting Lee out into open spaces, either he or Richardson. That 15-yard walk-off is going to take it down to the 26-yard line. South Aiken is in business. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 at the 26.
Just unnecessary. We could see it right at the end there.
And now we got movement again, and flag. The umpire, as well as the line judge, call flags. And that'll be a false start against South Aiken. And I'm tending to agree with you. It's got to be the center, new center, and it must be lifting the ball.
I would think that he's doing something that's creating a little trouble.
A little hitch into giddy-up. At any rate, 5-yard walk-off, 1st and 15. Straight drop-back pass, now going to roll to his right, and he's in trouble. And the little spin move couldn't get him out of there, and it's going to be a huge loss. This will bring it all the way back to the 45-yard line. And that's a loss of 12 yards. Maybe 15.
Very nice defensive play that time by Irmo, and nothing he could do about that. He did his best to get away, but that's also a huge loss.
2nd down and 29. Now you got movement. Now that time it looked like the defense moved.
They did, and that caused the offense to move too.
However, South Aiken's walking back, and that time it's definitely the center lifted up. And when he lifted up and he didn't snap the ball, that made the defense move, and that's a false start.
And I saw him right there. He's trying to explain to his teammates what's going on. Maybe we'll get a chance to see that one later on instant replay so we can try to pick up exactly what's happening. But that's probably 3 or 4 times that's cost them yardage.
That time he just concentrated on looking now, a handoff, getting Lee back to the edge, and he goes out at the 40. So pickup of 10 yards, but he's still going to be 24 or 5 yards short. Let's take a look at the specs replay on this as he moves. Well, you can't really see it from that perspective.
On that one, I tell you, it's just Irmo's jumping. A couple of their linemen, different ones, have jumped straight up in the air, and I guess that's causing some movement maybe on the offensive line, because I didn't see anything that the center did on that particular play.
Well, like I said, they're not firing off as Irmo. They're just standing up. So there's a pass incomplete, 4th down. So just like Irmo went the wrong direction, Aiken goes the wrong direction. South Aiken goes the wrong direction as well. And it brings up a 4th down, and they're going to try to pin Irmo deep, trust their defense to get the ball back as they trail by a touchdown.
Yeah, and for South Aiken, that's too bad. They had great field position. They were 1st and 10 on, the 25-yard line?
26, yeah.
Yeah, they lost 20 yards from that point on.
So Myers to punt. He's had a good night punting. No rush at all. They let him kick. Gets this one up high, and Bates going to catch it.
Okay.
At the 12-yard line. That'll bring up 1st and 10 as Barrett has no trouble with the fair catch.
And now South Aiken's defense, they just have to stand up right here. 3 and out would be great. They'll get good field position and give their offense a chance again.
They spotted at the 13-yard line. Anthony Jones leads his team back out. They lead by 7, 24-17, 10:50 left to go in the ball game. And handoff. Good run, picks up good positive yardage. Looked like 9. We have 2nd and 1. Look for Irmo to keep the ball on the ground, try to run some clock. Now Jones on the keeper. He's hit hard at the 24-yard line, but he's got a 1st down.
They were very fortunate there. That was almost a disaster. Ball was not cleanly handled on the snap. Jones, good athlete that he is, was able to gather it in, but South Aiken nearly caught a break.
Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10, 25-yard line. There's a handoff, Jamison. Jamison runs hard, tough. He had people hanging on him. He gains 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. And there's Tharp. He gets outside. He picks up 7 to the 37-yard line. Another Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Comes Jamison around the left side, finds running room. He's going to pick up about 8. Runs out of bounds at the 46. Brings up 2nd and 2.
South Aiken's got to come up with a stop.
There's Tharp. And they continue to mix it up. That's good for another 4 or 5 yards. Crosses into T-Bred territory at the 49-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Remember to stay tuned at the end of tonight's game where we'll name the Center for Dentistry MVP. Don't go anywhere. If you want to watch the post game, see who the winner of that is. And here's Jamison again. Jamison gets 10 more, maybe 9. And a sustained drive, not what the doctor ordered for South Aiken.
Not at all. And Irmo had that one really fine drive in the 3rd quarter, and they're looking very much the same on this drive so far. And the only thing they haven't done is throw the football.
Here comes Jones. Jones on the keeper. Makes big yardage. He's going to be inside the 10 to the 5 to the 4. Anthony Jones. Jeff McReynolds hanging on for dear life, pulls him down, but not before. Jones gets inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal. And here comes a flag late. There'll be a dead ball sideline warning against Irmo.
You know, the team is 0-7. They're on the cusp of winning a football game. They're driving again to take a bigger lead. I can understand why those kids are excited over there, and the coaches, the get-back coach is probably having a tough time keeping them back.
First and goal from the 4. Handoff Jameson around that left side. Jumps into the end zone. Touchdown, Irmo. Irmo takes a 2-touchdown lead with the extra point coming. And that just a methodical, and that's got to be the best drive of the night for Irmo, just from the standpoint of take your time, play after play after play.
Yeah, and pick up 5 yards here, 6 yards, 5, 9, 6, 5. Big play by the quarterback to pick up 20.
South Aiken will find themselves behind the 8 ball. Kick is up, kick is good. And Irmo now increases their lead to 31-17 over South Aiken here at the Stomping Grounds. We'll take a break, be right back.
From our Looney Tunes Savings Club that teaches young people their first lessons about managing money to free financial counseling services for adults, Security Federal Bank grows with our customers and has a service to meet every need. Established right here in Aiken County in 1922, we continue to be your hometown bank. We always work to meet the changing needs of our customers. That's why we've become a company that can meet every need for financial services. From online banking, bill pay, mortgage products, trusts, and a full line of insurance products. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
31-17, Security Federal Bank scoreboard. South Aiken on the short end of that score to the Irmo Yellow Jackets, who've come in and got better as the night has gone on, and has a pretty commanding 2-touchdown lead with 7:48 left. Here's the CMI kickoff. Drives it back toward the Tyler Tire end zone. It's going to come up short at the 5. And this is Tansy Richardson. Gets to the 20-yard line, and he'll be hit. Stopped, and now a flag.
A little frustration by both teams there. One certainly more than the other because of the way the score stands right now. And I think the officials did the right thing there. He didn't go down, but they had certainly had him stopped, and I'm sure the whistle blew. And the Irmo kids just kept on fighting.
Well, like you say, they're 0-7. They're looking at their first win. They're excited now.
They are excited.
But they get a 15-yard penalty nonetheless. This will walk it out to the 34-yard line. where they will put it in play, does the T-Breds. Here's a replay on the specs. Did you see that replay?
South Aiken needs a little lightning of their own right now. Got to score quickly and get the ball back again.
Bowen Smith on the keeper. Get around the right side, going to pick up a few yards. Bring up second down. Pick up of 2, second down, 8. Pump fake, now throws downfield. His man's covered, and that is picked off. We've called that number several times tonight, Roderick Ladson. And that may be the nail in the coffin.
And, you know, Ladson is a very good football player. We saw him make a couple of big hits coming up to the line of scrimmage and making some good tackles.
Made the interception in the end zone.
Yep, and he's got 2 interceptions. He's a good football player. Good coverage.
You might want to put him at wide receiver.
Well, and I'm looking at him, too. He's not your typical defensive back here. He's a big, strong kid.
So Irmo goes to work again. Jamison, who just gashed the defense for quite a few yards on the last drive. Guess this one started with another 6-7 yards. Second down, 3. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line.
Good defense. They nearly took the handoff themselves. Good penetration. That's the kind of defensive plays they've got to have now to get this ball back.
Lost back to the 35. Bring up third down and 5. Irmo content to take their time and look to the sidelines and let the clock run a little bit. They've got a 2-touchdown lead with 5:50 left to go here in the ball game. Now they're going to call a timeout. So we've got now they're going to call a delay of the game. You got to wonder, what exactly is Irmo doing? They were standing there looking at the sidelines.
I don't know. I think that might be a little early to do that, but
that was one of those times where it's like nobody could make up their mind. Or maybe they felt like we got a better chance at 3rd and 10. They got a better play call.
I don't know, but it looks like they did that on purpose. Maybe they didn't, but it.
Well, they're going through the same thing now, looking to the sidelines. All right, they finally have turned around.
There we go.
And they run the same play that they always run, which is quarterback keeper. It's going to be a couple yards short of a first down.
If they hadn't had to take that penalty for delay a game, that would have been a first down. I think the way they've been moving it this last
you wonder what
few plays, just run it.
They're running the read option. They may even go for it here. As they go to the line of scrimmage on 4th down and 2. They're quick this time. They may be trying to get him to jump. Now he's up under center. They're just trying to get South Aiken to jump. And South Aiken, give them credit, does not do that. So we're apparently going to get another delay of the game or a timeout, one or the other. And it's a timeout, a Bragg Heating Company timeout from Irmo. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back.
Has been Aiken's place for farm equipment, implements, accessories, and supplies.
But did you know that Holly is your place for home yard equipment too? Riding and push mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and brands including Kubota, Husqvarna, and Stihl, equipment you can depend on. Come inside and see our expanded showroom. Holly is the exclusive dealer for Yeti coolers and now carry Generac generators. Holly Tractor, 1721 Richland Avenue East.
All right, Irmo's discussed it. Now they are going to punt with 4:58 left to go in our ball game. They lead by 2 touchdowns.
There have been a few interesting things in this game.
Yeah.
Some good, some bad, and some just unusual. That was an unusual couple of plays right there.
That punt going to be down at the 31-yard line. South Aiken takes over Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. By the way, next week we will be back at Strom Thurmond, one of our favorite stadiums to visit. Ken will be pleased to know they have heat.
That's right, and I'm pleased to know that Strom Thurmond is also winning the football game tonight.
And get back in their winning ways. They'll be taking on arch rival Batesburg-Leesville. They'll come down the road to Strom. That's always been a battle over the years. We'll be there for that. All right, back to the action. Turns and throws it back across his body, and it's incomplete.
Now, Bowen has been under some terrific pressure these last few plays, and he cannot set up or hasn't been able to set up and get himself in great position. Consequently, the throws aren't quite as sharp as he can throw it.
4:40 left in the game. But quite frankly, South Aiken needs a miracle. Back to pass. Throws this one on the out. Was looking for Hilton. Hilton is out there, but overthrew his receiver. 3rd and 10.
And he did have time to throw that time. Just overthrew Hilton a little bit.
Now, South Aiken seems to be trying to think what to do here. Need a 10-yard play. I'm going to come with the screen. Get Richardson out in open field. He's not going far. He picked up a yard, maybe 2. And I'll bring up 4th and long. And South Aiken will leave the offense out there and go for it. Picked up a yard, 4th and 9. Snap, almost got away from him, now running around. Smith's got some time, signaling, trying to direct some people. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 36-yard line. He picked up a couple yards, but far short of a first down. Irmo will take over on downs, leading by 2 touchdowns in this ball game. 3:50 left to go in the ball game. And Irmo was close, as we see Smith getting up slowly. Got an extra push as he was going out of bounds. And Irmo's already got enough personal fouls tonight, you would think. They would just let him go, but didn't get called on that. No harm, no foul. Here comes Jamison off the left side. He's got some room to run. He's tackled by number 10, Malik Lee makes the tackle inside the 10 at the 9-yard line.
And they came off the ball very well that time. They're using that zone blocking for the running play. Jamison's a good runner. He's only a junior. He'll be back next year. He's got some size to him, some quicks. Pretty impressive.
Irmo looks to salt this one away.
And if they do score again, this score is going to look a whole lot worse than the game actually was.
Tharp with the ball, gets inside the 5, down to 3. Malik Lee made the tackle again. You know, Malik Lee came here, we heard so much about his running up at Wardlaw. You would have thought he was going to be a running back. He's a right good defensive player. Had an interception tonight, made quite a few tackles. There's a keeper, Jones up the middle in the end zone. Touchdown for Irmo, and that'll run the score to 37-21, or 17 rather, with the extra point coming.
And while we look at this, look at number 68. Those offensive linemen for Irmo are large young men, and they've got those real thick, strong thighs, and they have dominated this second half offensively.
Certainly the rushing by Irmo. They had the one long pass, but very, very good running the football. Kick's good, 38-17. We'll take a break and be right back.
Two and a half years ago, we had our first child at Aiken Regional. When our second child was on the way, we knew we wanted to go back to women's life care. But this time it got complicated. At 25 weeks pregnant, I had to have my gallbladder removed. I would have been terrified, but Dr. Minto and the staff were so caring. When you trust your hospital this much, there's really no reason to go anywhere else. I should know. I was born there too.
All right, here's the specs. Did you see that replay?
Look at big number 68 pulling around there. And they blocked so well at the point of attack, the pulling guard, it didn't even matter. He didn't have anybody to block. They had done a great job.
Here's the CMI kickoff. It's a line drive. Gets by Richardson into the end zone. Automatic touchback as it goes into the Tyler Tire end zone. 38-17. The home team hung around, tied the score at 17. And then a 60-yard bomb to Banks put Irmo in front for good. 24-17, and now 2 more touchdowns tacked on after that. 38-17, our score. Rolls the pocket to the right. Steps up, throws. Incomplete. Good defense by Irmo.
And once again, that is number 7, Roderick Ladson. And I'll tell you what, he's a football player.
Might want to try the left side of the field. Takes the snap, drops it, picks it up. Now going to run. And Smith slides down. He slides at the 28-yard line. That's a little short of a first down. And got another injured player on the field. Another Aiken Regional Medical Center injury stop. And looks like another ankle. And number 52, Randy Bernard. On a night where it's gotten away from South Aiken in the fourth quarter. Another injury, probably not a very exciting thing for the team at this point.
No, and it's at the point in the ball game where you just want to get it over, and you don't want anybody to get hurt.
Right. 2:11 left on the clock. All right, we've got an injured player on the field. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
At Specs Vision Center, we are focused on total eye care. Be it our large selection of designer frames, latest in contact lenses, or our great sunglass collection, we have just what you're looking for. Our doctors offer years of experience and use the latest technology to ensure a comprehensive eye examination. Late afternoon and Saturday appointments are available, so if you want the best in eye care, call Specs today at 642-9902.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
All right, Bernard got up and walked off on his own power. And speaking of his own power, let's go down for a Holly Tractor sideline report with Noah Fight.
Perfect transition, Ed.
Thank you.
Got some finals for you. Midland Valley beats Brooklyn KC 56-0. No, it was 24-20. Silver Bluff beats Edisto 35-0, first win of the year. Strom Thurmond beats Saluda 24-16. The upset of the night, White Knoll 13, North Augusta 10.
Wow.
Wilson Elko beat Blackfield Hilda 38-0. Swansea beat Aiken 40-7. And last I heard, it was Fox Creek 39, Dixie 19.
All right, congratulations, Al Lown and the Silver Bluff Bulldogs. They get a win tonight, their first of the season. I know that's got to feel good. Another personal foul against Irmo. We've seen quite a few of that. This one was a targeting foul that I guess you get thrown out of the game probably too.
You can.
I don't think you can. I think you do if you're targeted, if you're the player. I'm not sure who it was. How about North Augusta losing?
That's surprising.
Well,
after they moved up to number 2 in the state, and then White Knoll, though, is on a roll, and they've won 6 in a row now.
Well, I wasn't terribly impressed with North Augusta last week, quite frankly. Lexington was not very good at all. I thought North Augusta's defense had a lot to do with that. But offensively, Trib Reese never seemed in sync. And aside from Cam Matthews rescuing them there at the end with the long run, there's an interception. So Irmo be able to run the clock out now with 1:42 left to go in the ball game. But at any rate, so much for North Augusta sweeping the season and going undefeated.
Yeah, that is kind of a surprise. I thought they would win that ball game tonight. And people will look at this and say, oh, we threw an interception. But at this point in the ball game, this is not an unusual occurrence. Everybody in the place knows he's going to try to throw it, and makes it a little tougher.
All right, Irmo got enough time to run a couple more plays, I suppose, as they get somebody new into the game for a carry, Williams.
And I would expect we're going to see a kneel down here at any moment.
Don't think we'll have any Bradley Heating Company timeouts at this point in the game. Irmo, 3 touchdowns up on South Aiken. They're back in that look at the sidelines formation that cost them 5 yards earlier. And now they've run to play, and this is Tharp again. And he's hit. And they keep the clock running.
That's a smart move.
Third down. And I tend to agree. They don't have to run. I'm not even sure they have to run another play, but they'll probably have to run one more play, and they can let the clock run out. And goes down as Joan at the 45. And that'll be our final play of the game. Irmo, we were tied at halftime at 10. We were tied at 17, and then Irmo turned it on, scored 3 touchdowns, and they win 38-17. Final score over South Aiken here at the Stomping Grounds tonight in South Aiken. And Kenny, like you said earlier, the score not necessarily indicative of a game that was a pretty good game into the fourth quarter.
It was a good game, and we came into the fourth quarter with it still being anybody's ball game, but honestly, in the fourth quarter, Irmo did dominate, and I think they dominated up front, and that made a huge difference. Their running back certainly got more running room. They could do pretty much whatever they wanted. They had 2 extended drives that looked very, very sharp. They also had the quick strike throw to Manny Banks, and didn't even have to use that toward the end of the game. They could just run the ball at will, and they did it, and they were clearly the better team at the end of the ball game.
So Irmo wins their first game of the season and run their record to 1-1 in conference play, and are tied with North Augusta.
And I'll tell you what, they looked impressive to me tonight, especially late in the ball game, of course, and they could cause some trouble if they make it to the playoffs. And they're in the fight now. They're 1-1 in the region. Who knows? They might win a couple games down the road here, and they could cause some trouble. I like the Banks kid very much. They've got a couple running backs. I thought their quarterback did a nice job, and I thought their offensive and defensive lines played very well. Well, I thought they looked pretty good tonight when you come right down to it. Not to take anything away from South Aiken, because I thought they played a good ball game too, up until the very last part of the ball game, last quarter, and then they just probably got worn down a little bit. The other team appeared to me to be a little bigger and stronger at the finish.
All right, that's our story here. Final score, Irmo 38, South Aiken 17. We'll take a break, come back. We're going to name the Center for Dentistry MVP when we return on the Gold's Gym Game of the Week on ASTV and WRDW My 12.
One evening we were sitting around the table. My 4-year-old stood up in his chair and he said, "Dad, I want to be just like you." And I thought, that's great. Until he said, "I want to be nice and big and fat." It was at that moment I realized I need to make a change.
I took the scales at over 208 pounds, and that was the point that I realized I really needed to make a change. In fact, we both really needed to make a change.
Together, we have lost 150 pounds, and our family has a healthy new future.
Pruitt Health is here to help. For more than 4 decades, Pruitt Health has partnered with healthcare professionals to deliver exceptional care to families across the Southeast. Since the beginning, our focus has always been on quality programs, quality services, and quality people. Looking forward to the future, we've developed an innovative model of care to provide comprehensive, streamlined solutions. Get well for life with Pruitt Health.
Unique Expressions in the Mitchell Shopping Center is a treasure chest of gifts for all occasions. The collegiate collection is second to none. South Carolina, Clemson, Georgia, ACC or SEC. Support your favorite school. From clothing to mailboxes to tailgating items, Unique Expressions has them all. Handbags by Spartina and the Vera Bradley collection, and a U.S. Post Office on site for your mailing convenience. Stop in today at Unique Expressions, 1521 Whiskey Road.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
You can smile.
I love to smile.
I was so pleased that I could get all of my dentistry work done in just one visit.
You can smile.
Painless. That's how I would describe it.
Here at the Center for Dentistry, it has been a wonderful experience. With the comprehensive nature of this one office, I can bring my family here and we can have it all done at one place.
You can smile. Center for Dentistry, 1391 Silver Bluff Road, Aiken.
From our Looney Tunes Savings Club that teaches young people their first lessons about managing money to free financial counseling services for adults, Security Federal Bank grows with our customers and has a service to meet every need. Established right here in Aiken County in 1922, we continue to be your hometown bank. We always work to meet the changing needs of our customers. That's why we've become a company that can meet every need for financial services. From online banking, bill pay, mortgage products, trusts, and a full line of insurance products. If we were you, we'd bank with us.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
Welcome back. Final score on the Security Federal Bank scoreboard. Irmo beats South Aiken 38-17. Our game was tied at 17, and Irmo able to control the football, run it, had one long pass to get it started to actually take the 24-17 lead over South Aiken. After that, it was a grounded out.
Yeah, and after that they didn't throw it at all, I don't believe, and they could do whatever they wanted on the ground after that, and they were very, very sharp for the rest of the ball game. Fourth quarter, completely dominant.
And they had some very good offensive players. As we sit here talking about who our MVP should be, we don't have the stats yet from Noah, but Jamison, number 2. Somebody in the press box told us they thought that he had over 200 yards rushing. I don't think they were counting.
No, I don't think that's accurate either, because I'll tell you who else. The quarterback, Anthony Jones, he had a couple of nice runs, big runs, and a couple of touchdowns there late. Also completed 10 passes to Manny Banks. Those two kids had good ball games tonight. Tharp was a good running back. I mean, they showed some people tonight, and the first half, so did South Aiken. Okay, they were favoring some of their outstanding young athletes and stayed in the ball game. But it did get away from them at the end. There's no question.
Well, yeah, Irmo showed they came out and went 3 and out their first 2 series, and they looked like a team very much unsure of themselves, 0-7 on the season. But then, as Noah pointed out at halftime, they went into that fast break offense, and they were putting the fast in the fast break. They were getting to the line of scrimmage. They weren't waiting. They were just going. I think they pre-called the plays and said, basically, run this play as a read option. Quarterback may have had a decision to make whether to hand off or keep it, and they just raced down the field.
They sure
on that
did.
particular drive. They scored a field goal to start with and make it 7-3, but then they scored right after that. South Aiken hung tight, scored another touchdown, tied it up, scored 2 touchdowns to tie it up. They trailed 17-10, scored again, made it 17-17. And you thought, well, we have a ball game here in the third quarter. And on the very first play after that touchdown, after the kickoff, was returned out to the 40-yard line, 60-yard pass to Banks. As you pointed out, he was also very good, and Jones was pretty decent throwing the football.
He threw it well enough tonight. I mean, like I say, one receiver had 10 throws or 10 catches, and he threw the ball well enough to satisfy most people, and he also ran the ball very well. And he came into the game with a reputation as a better runner than thrower, but certainly adequate. And here's one of his big runs right here. Yeah, nice job up front. And
that's the 19-yard touchdown in the first half.
Yep, and he had another one on very much the same play in the final minutes of the game.
This is the short touchdown run, 1-yard run by Tansy Richardson that got South Aiken back to even.
And this was not anything unusual, but I was impressed by Tansy Richardson again tonight. And there's the throw to Banks.
And that kid's outrunning Malik Lee, who's probably the fastest kid on South Aiken's team. So.
Well, he's one of them for sure.
Yeah.
And Banks, big kid. He has to be at least 6'3", I would say.
And here is Jamison, who we think had a bushel of yardage on his short touchdown run.
That's kind of a neat play. He jumps over people. Here's the quarterback, Jones again.
And
like I say, when the game gets out of hand, you're throwing the ball, and it can really look like it wasn't even close. But it was a good ball game for 3 quarters.
Not quite the game that we had when we visited here with Strom Thurmond, and South Aiken able to pull that win off and stop Strom Thurmond on the 1-yard line. This one got away from them in the 4th quarter, and they go down by 3 touchdowns. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and let's roll tape, and we'll give our MVP of the night.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tal Wilkins.
And I'm Dr. Brooke Usser with the Center for Dentistry.
We, along with Aiken Center Television, would like to congratulate the most valuable player of the game.
Congratulations.
All right, and we took a quick vote while the doctors introduced us, and give them who our MVP is.
Well, very impressive group tonight for Irmo, but the MVP, and I think we're making the right choice, Anthony Jones, number 3, their quarterback, senior quarterback, and completed a number of passes for a couple touchdowns, ran a couple touchdowns in himself, directed this team all night long, was very competent, and led them, I think, to the victory. And so Anthony Jones, quarterback from Irmo, is our most valuable player.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice in the sense of he's a senior quarterback. They're 0-7. He hadn't given up on them, and he gets his first win, and he plays extraordinarily well and leads his team to the win.
No question about it. And they had some other players that were outstanding tonight, but he stuck out to me.
So our most valuable player in tonight's game of the week goes to Irmo's Anthony Jones, quarterback. Gets his first win of the season. And, Coach, any final thoughts?
Well, once again, I will say it. I think Irmo, surprisingly enough, looked good enough to me tonight that they could cause some problems as they come down the stretch here. And they may make the playoffs, even though they lost their first 7 games of the season. That speaks to me a little bit about having 2 separate seasons here, a non-region part, and then you have this region that becomes very important. So they're in it.
Absolutely, and they're still a little bit on the fragile side to me when they play somebody like North Augusta. North Augusta going to be able to take that defense, maybe push them around a little bit, cause them to make mistakes, and they made a lot of 15-yard penalties tonight.
Too many.
They're going to have to get away from that. A lot of them were very, very unnecessary, hitting people out of bounds, not particularly hard, just late.
Yeah.
They had a roughing the passer. They didn't need to hit him. They could have left him alone. So they're just going to have to correct those little things. But I think they've got some talent.
They do indeed have some talent. There's no question.
And they stopped South Aiken here tonight. They get a win, and they're on their way. And South Aiken has to go back and get on the drawing board and figure out how they're going to get a couple wins and maybe save the season here as the season progresses. Here in the conference, they'll have to pick up a couple of wins. 3 wins, I think. They'll have to win out, possibly, to make the playoffs, and that's a pretty tall order to have to do that. So, like we said, North Augusta losing to White Knoll tonight. They're obviously, how should I say, beatable?
Yes.
Obviously, but White Knoll, that's who comes up next. Irmo played them tough last week and lost, and Lexington certainly is beatable. So you never know. They'll have to straighten out a few things here and there, and stranger things have happened. But that's going to do it for tonight's Gold's Gym Game of the Week. Next week, we shall be at Strom Thurmond. Batesburg-Leesville travels down the road for their annual grudge match with Strom Thurmond. We'll be there. Game time at 7:30, pregame at 7 o'clock. For Noah Fight on the sidelines, for Ken Brace here in the booth with me,
For our director, James Grigsby, I'm Ed Gerardo. Thank you for joining us for tonight's Gold's Gym Game of the Week. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody. What a crowd we have on hand tonight. And last, before kickoff, here comes the game ball. Set to be brought in from the sky by a parachute. The crowd has spotted him as he comes in for a landing. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
From orthopedics to neurology, imaging to pain management, or even if a good idea just turns into an accident, CMI can help you play again. Learn more at cmi.md.
1948, Holly Tractor has been Aiken's place for farm equipment, implements, accessories, and supplies.
But did you know that Holly is your place for home yard equipment too? Riding and push mowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and brands including Kubota, Husqvarna, and Stihl, equipment you can depend on. Come inside and see our expanded showroom. Holly is the exclusive dealer for Yeti coolers and now carry Generac generators. Holly Tractor, 1721 Richland Avenue East.
Most people think the Y is a gym, but to me, it's so much more. When I needed help, the Y gave my kids a scholarship to a safe place where they could grow, learn, and have fun. And when I was struggling with all kinds of health issues, they gave me the guidance and motivation to get well. The Y helps families create a better future and become so much more. So give, join, or volunteer at the Y.
2.5 years ago, we had our first child at Aiken Regional. When our second child was on the way, we knew we wanted to go back to women's life care. But this time it got complicated. At 25 weeks pregnant, I had to have my gallbladder removed. I would have been terrified, but Dr. Minto and the staff were so caring. When you trust your hospital this much, there's really no reason to go anywhere else. I should know. I was born there too.
At Specs Vision Center, we are focused on total eye care. Be it our large selection of designer frames, latest in contact lenses, or our great sunglass collection, we have just what you're looking for. Our doctors offer years of experience and use the latest technology to ensure a comprehensive eye examination. Late afternoon and Saturday appointments are available, so if you want the best in eye care, call Specs today at 642-9902. Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Daikin, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.